Welcome back to another special edition of the Saturday Night with the Power Play Show with your hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy, back in the booth tonight. Yes, you can see behind me the boxing glove, the Montreal Canadiens logo, the Carolina Hurricanes, and of course the emoji right here, and Kotkaniemi. It was quiet as a Saturday until 5:30 or 6 o'clock tonight. And then, boom, a big boom from the Carolina Hurricanes on the social media. And since that, nothing's stopping anybody. It's just crazy. All the texts I got, all the information. I created a video about 7-8 minutes, about 7:30 tonight. And it continues to be like, the biggest news in NHL, I'll be honest with you, during the offseason. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to invite you to talk on the QA Live if you want to join me a little bit later. But look, this is really, really, really big news. And I try to sit myself and then, okay, what they have to do? And I have to think a little bit deeper. I have to take all the information because at the end of the day, Marc Bergevin have to have a big decision there. Can we keep KK? Can we don't keep him? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. That will be a couple of questions I'm going to ask you. Why you want to keep him? Why you don't want to keep him? And that's what's happening. But like we do at the beginning of each show. And of course, at 10 o'clock, we have the Frenchy Quiz and at the end of the show. But before that, high five everybody because
you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Here we go. Welcome aboard. We have a couple of people all around the world inside the house tonight. First of all, we have to welcome directly from oh, that's what we should do. Look, we have this one. I never used this one. But what we want to use is this one. Because we call him the bud. Sometimes we call him the monkey. Sometimes we call him the boy. But at the end of the day, we call him Bud the monkey. Back in the house tonight. Raven. Back in the house tonight. Raven. You look like a rooster or a bird. I need to find a sound effect. Let me take a note here. A bird for Raven. I need to get that one for you. Welcome back, buddy. Eric Julien, directly de Trois-Rivières. Welcome back, Eric Julien. Thanks to be a part of the show. Thanks for your sub. You signed a couple of days ago. Thank you so much, Eric. Eric is one of my friends from Trois-Rivières. Bonsoir, mon Eric. Puis j'espère que tu vas bien amuser ce soir. Yannick Robinson in the house tonight. Long time ago, buddy. How you doing, buddy? Carolina was right to encourage Kotkaniemi from Montreal over the past few days, but Bergeron is not having it. Yeah, I agree with you. Carolina Payback from Coach, ouch, the background. Mr. Johnny Golden. Moncton, St. John, New Brunswick. Bergeron is now trying to see what he can get for the picks. That's possible. He's not worth $6 million a year. He paid back. Offer a sheet, Tkachuk. Hurricane have actually done have a favor in our tap. Raul Perez Johnson, welcome back from Raul Perez Johnson is from South America, I believe. I could be. No, he's from Mexico. Jesus. Raul, how you doing? I apologize. Mexico, Montgomery. That's first good to complete package to get Jack Eagles. Great comments about that, Mario. I would not say he did us a favor, Yannick Robinson. I agree with you about that one. Pokemon Reggie Vela, exactly from British Columbia on the island. Nanonima or something like that. I screw that name all the time. J'espère que tout va bien, mon régent. Je ne t'ai pas oublié. Je vais te revenir bientôt. Mais je dois te répondre vraiment dans les prochaines journées. Salut, coach. What's the news? The news is Kotkaniemi, my friend. Why not? Main Girl Hockey back in the house early tonight. Welcome, Main Girl Hockey. Directly from Vegas, Nevada, Mr. Adam Bergie Burger. Love Bunny in the house tonight. Welcome back, Love Bunny. We are about to lose a 21 years old, a lot of potential, and a few years to be a top 6 center. And the first few years, possible, Yannick. I'm going to respond this in a couple of minutes. Mr. Michael Rubenstein in the house. Good evening, everyone. Remember, he got last laugh loudest, Johnny. Moncton coach. Yes, Moncton. I know I start to laugh when I said this. Luke, welcome back. Good evening, Luke. Yeah, remember, but it's not the value right now. It's a few years we've already cracked the lineup at 18. I don't think you have a 18 grade. He did it. Directly from Russia. Welcome back, Mr. Oleg Kolesnikov. Thank you so much, Oleg. Hopefully you have an amazing, great weekend. I know you, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, something like that. So first of all, the first homework to do tonight. What are you talking, coach? Click on the likes. Click on the likes. Click on the likes. Click on the likes. I need to do something about that. Click on the like. He's back in the house. Chainsaw Man. Four o'clock in the morning. So did you wake up early or you going to the bed late? Oleg. On va en parler dans quelques minutes, Régie, about Kotkaniemi. But the Monkeys said, Purpose King, Miami, Londell, and Uber Lane in Florida. Today, I believe, right? They are all coming back from all around the world, and they're going to be starting to be on the ice, at the ice then Monday, I'm pretty sure. It'll be interesting to watching them. Of course, a lot of people are coming down directly from Saint-Georges-de-la-Beauce. Bien sûr, on va lui annoncer ça. Bienvenue dans la grande famille de Hockey National Show. Kayla, welcome back. Hey, is Daddy. Welcome aboard directly from Saint-Georges-de-la-Beauce. Zenith German. He wake up for you. It's awesome. I'm working. I saw some Oleg. Where do you see Demers going? Jason Demers. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, to be honest with you, they have to go with a team that's looking for the defenseman and the salary cap. Gert Brunson is going to be a big pick. The problem with him, he was so slow last year. He had a difficult time. Pas de problème, mon homme. Fait plaisir. Always great. I like to pronounce her name. Kahila. I'm not sure I'm all right or not, but I love her name, so that's a good thing about that. Gert Brunson, he have a lot of difficulty with Ottawa Senator last season, to be honest with you. Big guy, never been the same players when he left. He got traded for the Florida Panthers. It'll be interesting what he can be. Something are looking to patch up their roster at some point. The salary cap is a problem. If he signed like Demers, it would be like $1 million less. But I think I will take Jason Demers before Grubbenson, to be honest with you. I think they will trade Thomas Chabot from Ottawa. Parfait. Bon, tant mieux. So, Hey, listen, we're going to talk about this. We're going to join everybody in the house. I got a question. Do you know how the CBLS goalie died? Where does that money go? First of all, Brett Marchand, welcome aboard. First of all, he died July 4th during the fireworks, and it was happened. It was a problem where the piece of the fireworks go all around the place, and he jumped in front a couple where he was his teammates, Elvis, his wife, and she's pregnant. He almost saved her life, to be honest with you, but unfortunately he died. So that's what happening about that situation. So the fireworks malfunction, everything like that. Where does that money go? So the money of this are usually go this way. So they have insurance, right? So I'm sure they have a lot of money, insurance for gold to get way over there. I'm sure he has the family get that money. Now the salary money about that one over there, they have usually an agreement between the family, the agent, and the players and the team, because honestly, he cannot play anymore, of course. And then that will have an agreement for the balance, or maybe take some money, everything like that. But usually, those players have a life insurance, everything like that. So you get also a bunch of money for that one over there. So but if he has 3 more years to go at $6 million per year, of course, he's not going to get the 24 or the $18 million back. They will have an agreement between the family and the players at some point. Yes, RIP, Brett Marchand, welcome aboard. Michael Rosenblatt, they gotta go. They will not beg signals, so now we could try to get to now. Under not always out there, any of you guys, under the and who is out there, any of you guys? I think we should let Gege to go to Canes and take the first round and the third round for the move to get Eagle. Hello, Brad, says Brad the Monkey. Don't forget to click on the likes. A lot of, you know what I mean? That's underpaid, that one trade Eagle for that one over there. So that's what the news, right? The news comes from Don Wendell, the president general manager, the NHL, today announced the team had tendered an offer sheet to restricted free agent, the RFA forward Jesperi Kotkaniemi. The 1-year contract with Kotkaniemi has signed, pay a salary of $6.1 million for the 2022 season. It carry a $20 signing bonus. The Montreal Canadiens have 7 days to match the offer. If the Canadiens do not match the offer, they will receive a first-round pick and a third-round pick in the 2022 NHL draft as a compensation from the Hurricanes. So that's the news about that one over there. That's going to give you an idea of what is the offer of the Carolina Hurricanes. Joseph Laham in the house from Houston, Texas. Yes, Joseph, hopefully a speed recovery. That was something I need to do at some point. To do that. Second, as Rondroy and Romana for Eichel. Michael is on Ken Chase Tavares or Eichel now. Tonight is that Peter, coach, ils l'ont échangé? Non. Ils l'ont pas échangé. The Canes are taking a big risk with KK, paying 6 points first round for an improvement center. So, what happened to Regent and everybody else? So, everybody is a restricted free agent. You have two kinds of RFA. You have the one is their first contract. They cannot have any chance to get an offer sheet. So like Quinn Hughes cannot go nowhere, right? But they have other RFA, the option 2, where is like Kotkaniemi and Elias Patterson right now, everybody else can get an offer from another team. And when they get that offer sheet, the team have the right. They can match the offer from the another team. So what happening today? The Kotkaniemi for the Montreal Canadiens got an offer sheet from the Carolina Hurricanes at $6.1 million. So now the Montreal have to match the offer to keep Kotkaniemi. If not, Kotkaniemi is going to be now with the Carolina Hurricanes, and in return, because the contract is $6.1 million, they get in return a first-round pick and a third-round pick. So that's what the rules. Now, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. I'm watching all your comments right now because I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in a couple of minutes. But the monkey way too much in our tap. Boston to trade Charlie Coy, Chase to Bruss, a first and another first. Bradley will be over the cap with that trade. Great pickup by the Canes. Patterson approved himself. No KK. KK was not great in the Canes, but now with the Habs, Brandamo is better coach. He will make KK feel welcome. Let KK go to Canada if they that deal to qualify for the next season. Start at 6 points. If you don't sign him next season, he become a UFA at 22 years old. What is best if Patterson leaving? Can we trade KK and send offer a sheet and send like trade KK to Buffalo along with a first round and a drawing by the monkey? Yes, they can. Coach, tu me dis ce qui arrive avec Kotkaniemi. Je viens de l'expliquer. Okay. Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait? C'est que Kotkaniemi, il attendait un contrat par le Canadien. Puis, en même temps, l'équipe de la Caroline lui a offert un contrat. Donc, ils appellent ça en anglais au hockey, c'est un offer sheet. Pour le Canadien, il doit légaliser l'offre des Carolines pour ne pas le perdre. L'offre est $6.1 million, qui fait que le Montréal, maintenant, sont over cap. Donc, ça met Montréal dans le pétrin un peu, de ce côté-là. Donc, on va voir. Nat Lafont, welcome back! Will backfire on them. They should trade with correct instead of getting a first, third round. So here's the point. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to open up the line. We're talking, coach. I'm going to invite you to talk to me live. I think it'll be good, and I think I'll keep you alive with me. We'll go from there. Bye, KK. Nat, I'm sure you follow Frank Wells. I did not go there. But I'm sure it's really hot over there. I'm pretty sure a lot of discussion in French about him. I can wait to watch again tonight the show. First of all, welcome aboard. Welcome, everybody. Don't forget to click on the like. So what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to open up the spot here for someone who wants to join me live, want to talk about the trade, everything like that, how we do that. You need to click on the likes, on the links I'm going to provide to you in a few seconds. If you can give me 2 seconds. Because I have to find a way I get this. Here we go. So that's what happened when you're going to show up. I put you on the green room, and then you're going to be at the little square right here. If we have more people, I can add another one on the left side. That's what happened. And during the time, I'm going to read your, What do you think that about Kotkaniemi, by the way? By the way, KK is not ever a first round pick at this moment. And I think it will. Loud Bunny, if you trade KK, then another team, it will shoot and go patient till. Anything like that? Here we go. Hold on. We have one. Should be all right. Look like you freeze in our tap. You are live, my friend.
Coach, can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Can you hear me, Coach?
Of course.
Great. Thanks for having me again. I guess a very eventful evening tonight.
I'm sorry again?
Just saying, it's been a very eventful evening so far tonight. And I got to say, at first, I was a little bit upset by the transpirations tonight of what happened. But, the more you think about it, I think, this could really serve Montreal well. And the way I'm thinking about it right now is, at this stage in his career, Kotkaniemi, I don't think is worth $6.1 million. Can he get to that stage down the road? Who knows? He hasn't shown it in 3 years. Maybe playing with better players, he could get to a stage where he's scoring 60 points a year. But right now, I think the best thing would be we take our first and third, and then with that first and third, there's options for Bergeron. He can now start looking at somebody like Eichel if he wants to go that direction. He can look at the Coyotes and go with Dvorak with a package there. Or I would even, as I mentioned once before, I think to you, I would now offer sheet Elias Patterson, and I would give 2 firsts, a second and a third, and Jonathan Drouin, and try to get Patterson over to Montreal, and they would be set up for many years to come if they can let that happen.
Yeah. Let me check. We have someone else going to show up in a few seconds, so we're going to put him right here so he can be around with us. Welcome, Michael. I don't know if you're still there, Michael. Oh, hold on. I'm going to open up. Somewhere, somehow. So, hold on. We're going to fix this.
Yeah. There I
Michael,
am.
you're aboard.
All right. How are you guys?
Pretty good,
Hi,
you?
Michael.
All right. Pretty good, guys. All
Sweet.
right. There's my camera. I'm lying in my sofa. So
That's awesome. So what
All
do you
right,
think
guys.
about this part? About Kotkaniemi?
I do not. I don't think they could pay $6 million. There's no way they could pay $6 million. I don't think it's worth it at all. I'm lying in my sofa. So.
That's awesome. I
Don't
think
think
you have a
so.
background. Can you turn off your phone, or I don't know if you
Yeah, I
not
turned
turn
it
off,
off.
but the sound will maybe be in our tap.
Yeah.
Here we
Now
go.
Turned off. Yeah.
Awesome. So, like you said, you think Kotkaniemi does not deserve to be $6.1 million per year, right?
No way, guys. No way. They're ridiculous. Not at 21. Hasn't done enough.
And the other thing, coach, is if they were to match the $6.1 million, next year you have to pay. That's your starting point for Kotkaniemi again once his contract
Exactly.
is over. Number one, and number two, what are you going to pay Suzuki?
Yeah, he become the second highest salary and as a forward for the team at $6.1 million behind Gallagher at that moment if he get that part over there. So I understand this, and you can see I don't answer yet, right? I don't give you my ID. I'm just waiting you guys to bring more IDs in the chat. We have a couple of people. Caden is back in the house. You have a comments like Dyson said, crazy, let KK go. Barkov would be 5.9 and KK would be $6.1 million. That's a funny one over there for sure. Peterson,
Coach,
one of you mentioned about Peterson. Love Bunny said
Yeah.
would be great for sure. Exactly in our tap for Yannick Robinson. What is this? It's just Canadiens troll Canadiens because of what they did with Mao. Corner at space, just paying all the paying back. Every time that. First of all, everybody, don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. First of all, 6.1 is about 3 times what it's supposed to pay because honestly, what we heard at the end tonight was $2.1 million. It was really the salary what Kotkaniemi should get for the upcoming season. Every time that it's a bridge contract, it could be a 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, depending what he wants to do. Second thing, we have 5 goals last season, a 56 game, 20 point, 56 game. So that gives you an idea where $6.1 million. Yeah. So I don't think so. It's really legit to pay a guy like him at $6.1 million, right? No, and on top, on the flip side, I think you have 7 days. Now, during those 7 days, Marc Bergevin right now, he should start to make some phone call around the league, right? And I don't know which one. I don't want, you know what I mean? Like Carl with Buffalo example. What Buffalo want in return, all right? Including KK or not KK. So because it's really important, he can match 6.1 and then trade Kotkaniemi to the Buffalo Sabres and make a trade with or without win. Or the first pick, the third pick, whatever we call it, everything like that. So that's the first thing they can do. Now he can go to Phoenix and talk with Phoenix and look, I want Dvorak in return. What do you have with KK or not KK and everything like that. So he can make that run over there. I'll be honest with you, I will not do any offer sheet to anybody in the other league, other players like Peterson, like that. But now you can make a trade in return for Peterson or something like that. But I will not do any trade or any offer sheet the way like Carolina did it. Now the payback where I'm upset about this, me and return is this part. When Mike Bergeron did this to Ao, it was like $8 million for 6 years, if I can recall it, or 5 years, something like that, right? Ao at that moment is one of the top best player in NHL for the Carolina, right? So in return, he's almost gave them a favor to have a bridge contract for 5 years at 8.25, where it's cheap compared what is around the league at that moment, right? And he produced like $8 million. But right now, what Carolina is not right. He gave a $6.1 million, where Kotkaniemi is far to be at 6.1. In return, they cut $6.1 million because that's 6.166. Now they have to give a second, a third round pick. So I just proved this. And thirdly, they put a $20 signing bonus just because the number to Ao and the back of the jersey, everything like that. So a lot of a lot of things were going to be around that one, around the league. My surprise behind everything behind that, it's Kotkaniemi say yes to the Hurricane. Yes. That's what's shocking me about that one over there.
Yes.
Because we know all here, the people in the chat, I'm going to catch you in a little bit later, is we all know it's a business at the end of the day. As a hockey player, it's a business. But inside the locker room also, the player would say, yes, the business, but right now, you try to screw the rest of the team here because now we're going to be over salary cap, and you don't deserve to be $6.1 million. If you deserve it, I understand. But one Gallagher will turn on his left, see Kotkaniemi, and then another player make $3 million. We have about 10, 20 goals over him. They will say, wait a minute, we have a problem here, buddy, here. So, and thirdly, if ever Bergeron say yes, he's back on the ice, and he don't score for 3-4 games in Montreal, I can tell you that. Yeah, no forgiveness in Montreal Canadiens. They go to scream to him, listen, you won $6 million, you said yes, you let the team down, now we're going to show you why you don't deserve 6.1. So you're going to have a lot of boo. Now the pressure is going to be amazing on his shoulder in Montreal. So it's a lot I think could happen the next 24, 48 hours and the next 7 days about that one over there. That direction, I don't know what he will take. But for me, at that moment, if I don't trade him, I will not keep him at $6.1 million. That's not. And at the same time, if you want to be a little bit jerk, that put Carolina Hurricane under trouble also at the same time. Because now you overcap 2.2. Now you have a center line, and that will put Kotkaniemi under trouble. Because now you have Ao, right? You have Vincent Trachek. You have Jordan Stahl. And now you have to put Kotkaniemi all the way at the bottom. And now you have $8 million, $4.6 million, $6 million, and another $6 million as a center. You look like the Toronto Maple Leafs at that moment. You say, oh, he can play center. Listen, not many people can switching like this every time like that. So for me, I take the first round pick. If I can make a trade right away with Tarak or something like that to patch up the situation. But this is the big news. This is really what Carolina are, honestly. And I don't know what all the social media, but will be interesting about that. So tell me a bit more, what one or two at a time, What do you think about my comments, everything like that?
No, I agree with that, Coach, 100%. Everything you said was very valid. At this point, like if I'm looking at it from Kotkaniemi's perspective, for him, he won the lottery today because either Montreal matches it and he makes $6 million, or the Hurricane take him and he makes $6 million. For him, that's triple the salary he was getting. So I kind of understand that part, but what it shows to me is his mindset. He's not a team player because he did that to his teammates and to the city of Montreal. At this point, I would say, Bergeron, you tell Carolina you can have him. Like you said, what is he going to play in Carolina? He's going to play fewer minutes, and he's going to play on the fourth line. All right. And at the end of the year, they're going to have a decision to make. Like what they've done now, Carolina has really put themselves in a difficult position if they pick up Kotkaniemi. Because what are they going to do with Martin Nikas next year when he's an RFA? And I think he has the potential to be better than Kotkaniemi. So they're going to either lose one or the other at some point. So I'm glad that for 5 to 7 days they're getting their little revenge on Montreal. But I think in the end, it's going to be Bergeron that's going to laugh the loudest.
Listen, I couldn't agree with both of you more strongly. But, Coach, what really bothers me, and it took me by a little bit by surprise, I got to tell you, I didn't think he would sign the offer sheet. I really didn't. I thought he was happy in Montreal. I'm totally wrong.
Yep, I agree with you about that one over there. But again, now, next year, 22 draft pick is really solid as a draft. It's really a lot of great players. Example, Carolina finished 25th in the draft pick. Montreal don't make the playoff. Now they are about 10, 11, 12. So Montreal could also turn around, pick the 23 pick, and maybe another pick 11 and drop to 7, 8, 6 at the bottom. And they have a lot of great hockey players for the upcoming draft and everything like that. So that's a little bit another way they can do about that one over there. They can fix this little bit, that problem, and maybe trade at some point. And also, by the way, I know I'm all subject over there, but if you watch Matthews Norlander score a goal today, OMG. I don't know if you see the goal online, but
yes.
It was a one-timer shot at the top corner on the blue top circle. It was amazing. So we have someone we don't talk a lot, but I know it's another completely subject, but you have a pass, at least 2 points today, 1 goal, 1 assist. So Norlander is going to be a great hockey player for the Montreal Canadiens for sure about that part over there. And then what is funny, I will say one more thing. They let go Dougie Edmonton at $9.1 million, and they are willing to sign Kotkaniemi at $6.1 million, right? So the only way they did this, when you reevaluate everything, all the things, they did this only to put Montreal and Bergeron in the trouble because of the salary cap. That's the only purpose about that. Yeah, any other, they are not want him like, wow. And a lot of people on the social media, the expert, said he don't deserve 6.1. Like another one said in the chat earlier, he had the potential. But have the potential and have it is the two things right now. You have a potential, I will sleep well tonight if you have $2.5 million per year. But I will not sleep well at $6.1 million because now you completely change your ladder of your salary cap inside the team. You know what I mean? Like when like I explained last time, it was an interview by a GM. I don't know if it was Joe Sakic, but he said, look, we have 12 forward, 6 defensemen, and 2 goaltender. And the name is not matter. What we do right now at the beginning, we put money on each position. Like the center, you have like $9.5 million example or $6 million. So he built his structure, guys, on that way, all the way about that. That's how he does the salary cap, everything like that. It's very hard also, the salary cap, Mike, because you have $81.5 million. Now, if they get him, Kotkaniemi, they are over salary cap. overcap a lot, to be honest with you, right? And that's the problem they get. So that would be another problem for the Montreal to set up this situation for sure. So it will be really interesting. This week is going to be fun to watch. At least we have something to talk about for the next couple of days. Because it was getting like not boring, but you have subject for ways to bring a subject, right? And but again, I think this changed completely the 7 days for everybody as a Hockey Montreal fans for sure. See what's happening, but look, there's going to be really interesting about that here. Some people jumping one side and they shift another side, and yeah, no right answer until we see what Bergevin does at the end of the night, right? So can he match? But if he match, what he trade him? If he does not match, what he get in return? Can he trade? Because now you have no second center, and that's what he have. Honestly, with Kotkaniemi, we don't know we have a second center anyway. Because at the end of the day, we don't know if there's really a second center.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So we don't lose a second center. We just lose another piece of the puzzle of the center.
Yeah. Look, Coach, one thing's for certain, and that's I don't think KK can come back and wear a Montreal jersey again.
No.
Regardless of the decision that's made by Bergevin. I think this is a perfect opportunity for Bergeron to turn the table and really sort of develop the team a lot quicker than was originally anticipated. It gives the young players like Poehling now a fair shot to play at probably third line center. And if by mistake he signs KK and he comes back to Montreal, it's going to set them back many years financially, I think.
At the end of the day, we all agree here, we cannot let KK play at $6.1 million at that moment.
No.
That's just not make sense for everybody here. Now, if he was the potential to score 25 goals or he prove it, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you have maybe a great year and then you drop 1 year, right? But for what he is right now, it's not 6.1. So my question to you will be something like that is, we know Jack Eichel fired his agent and now he bring Bat Brisson as a new agent for him. Bat Brisson is really close to Marc Bergevin. For years, he's always been good friend, everything like that. Do you think this open up the door? If yes, what do you feel or what Montreal have to give to Buffalo? What would be a trade you feel comfortable the Montreal trade with a Buffalo Sabre for Jack Eichel?
Well, you're going to have to send back Ryan Poehling for sure. You're going to have to give him a young center. You're going to have to give him Drouin or somebody else. You're going to have to give him probably Drouin, and you're going to have to give him a young defenseman. Whether you like it or not, they're going to want two prospects, young guys, and Drouin, and they're going to want the first rounder from Carolina, at least. That's what I would. I wouldn't give more than one. I would give Carolina's first draft pick back. I wouldn't give any more draft picks back. Maybe a second or a third. I'd give Drouin and Poehling and a defenseman like Kulak back, but I wouldn't. I'd be reluctant to give Romanov back.
All right.
So maybe a defenseman.
In our tap. Anybody in the chat also, if you trade for Eichel, give us your proposal. We're going to be put this on the chat. And also, if you want to join us, you're welcome to join us. The link was a little bit earlier, so you can click on the link to join us. We'll put you on the green room. We're going to push someone out here. No, just kidding.
I probably didn't offer enough either, but we'll see.
No, that's all good. And on top, what do you do for your trade?
Well, I think, Eichel is a plausible option for Bergeron. I would not overpay for him simply because you're not certain how he's going to react to this operation, how he's going to recover from it. And like I said, you're putting yourself in a position, he's going to be making over $10 million, that it could really screw up the organization for many years to come if he's never the same kind of player that he is right now, or has been anyways. What would I offer? I would, I mean, they have a lot of draft picks, and if they pick up another first and third from the Hurricane, they now will have, if memory serves me right, 2 firsts for next year, a second, 3 thirds, and 2 fourths. I'm sure you can combine 4 of those picks, throw in Drouin, and to address one of Buffalo's needs, you can even give them Caden Primo because they need goaltending. And I wouldn't give much more than that.
So next year, guys, they have round number 1 pick, round number 2, 1 pick, 2-round pick third, 2-round pick fourth, 1, 6, 7. That's what they have next season, 2 and 7. So they have still
Plus
3,
the
4,
first
5,
and the
6,
third,
7,
right?
8, 9, 10. And if you follow your logic, is losing Kotkaniemi. Now they have another round pick first, that's 11. And now they have 3-round pick number third. Now they have 12-round pick overall for next season.
So go 2 firsts and a third, as well as Drouin, and maybe Caden Primo. Although I'm sort of teetering on that because that's our future down the road after Carey Price is done. But if you have to, that would be the last chip I would put in the center of the table.
Okay. What about you? Yeah, you said this. So here's why I trade. And I know we have a couple of people said the Montreal Ravens said Montreal first and Carolina first in Drouin. I would not do that for me, I'm sure. Joseph said, I would not want to heckle. Honestly, you're right, but at the end of the day, you need something because now you don't have anybody anymore. You need to put someone as a center. You need to trade for someone. You cannot start your team with Suzuki and then you have Perrault, Evans, and Paquette. He's missing two pieces of the puzzle because right now the 3 names I mentioned at the end, they are all 4 center. They barely mud the third line there. So they have to get a center at some point. So that's why we try to set this, Joseph. They need to trade for someone. And now we offer to get Hakel. Now you get Hakel, guy will be that way. We cannot pick Kotkaniemi contract and then trade to someone. He does not deserve 6.1, right? So nobody wants to Kotkaniemi at 6.1. That's a start. So what you do, you trade him, let him go to Carolina, pick up first and third. Yeah. Then after that, we're going to move on to, let me, Bada Monkey show up right now here. Bada Monkey, you stay on the locker room. So where you going after that, guys, is this part. You trade for him Jonathan Drouin, that opened up at $5.5 million. You cannot trade your pick first round, your Montreal Canadiens pick, because the pick is so good. You cannot give a chance. You can trade the Carolina Hurricanes, the pick, number 27, 28, whatever he's going to be. And then, like you said, Michael, you gave another prospect plus, a defenseman. I will give them Jordan Harris as the defenseman. That's what they want.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That's conclude right there.
Yeah.
There. And then I would maybe put someone else, an additional, like a Lekonen, a Biron, or another channel at the bottom as a winger, lower, if they want this, whatever it is, or something. We have maybe a young prospect. But otherwise, Ilonen, I'll be open to give him Ilonen if they want Ilonen or that one. So that open up now enough money to get Jack Eichel. You don't screw your salary cap. You give Drouin, where is another winger. We have enough for winger, the left side. We have no problem there. And then after that, we have enough to cover everything. So at the end of the day, all right, you exchange for Eichel, Kotkaniemi, Drouin, Jonathan Harris, and your first round pick. And then you can maybe another lower. And then that's what you got in return for Jack Eichel. I think that's pretty good about that one over there. And that's worth it to let go Kotkaniemi at that moment. That's what it. The second player we said to you, what do you do if they want to trade for Christian Dvorak? What it would be your trade?
Oh boy.
I think Dvorak could be had for a lot less, obviously. I think it might be enough to give a first and a winger for him. And I think the Coyotes might just go for that. Because they're either looking for draft picks, which I think they're trying to accumulate to rebuild. And they probably, you have to free up some money to bring Dvorak over. I'm not sure what he's making right now, but I think he's under contract for this
Which
year
one?
and next year. Dvorak.
Yeah, he's still at 2 years at $4.1 million.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yep.
Yeah. How about you, Michael?
Yeah, well, you're right that they want draft choices. They want draft choices number one. So they're going to be looking for at least Carolina's draft choice, right? They're going to want that if we go that way. They're going to definitely want a first rounder. They'll probably want, hey, listen, they might settle with a first rounder and a third and a fourth. They might settle for just nothing but draft choices where you wouldn't have to give them a prospect as well. But you could throw in a prospect and a first rounder.
Yeah, I agree with you about that one over there for sure. But the monkey, you can come back here. I don't know, you disappear, so you can come back.
Coach?
Listen, Mr. Yannick Robinson, he said, it's too much to pay for Hickle. He would prefer to go with Dvorak, of course. But now you talk also two different players. You have a guy can have 80 points per year.
Yes.
Compare somewhere maybe 40, 50. You're almost the same situation with Dvorak right now with is Kotkaniemi at a player have to be, the potential is still there, but he need to be better, because still have only 40 points per year, Dvorak usually. So I think the potential is still there. It's cheaper, of course. At that moment, I think for $4.1 million, he can get, don't send players. I would say send a pick, maybe 2 picks to them for Arizona. Keep what you have, and I think you'll be fine about that one over there. I think it'll be enough. And maybe give them a prospect with a first-round pick. That's well paid for Dvorak on my book to get him.
Yeah.
Coach, how about if we bring Vancouver into the equation and try to go after JT Miller?
Go ahead.
Because I think JT Miller fits between Anaiko and Dvorak. He's a little bit better than Dvorak. Well, I think a lot better than Dvorak, but he's not quite at Eichel's level. So again, I think with some picks, maybe 2 picks, and a prospect, maybe even Drouin, you'd have to throw in there. I'm not sure, but I think you can have JT Miller.
Yeah, I don't know what Vancouver want to do. I think Vancouver have to wait a little bit. And the reason I said that is because I feel like they don't know yet how the rookies over there. And then the situation with Peterson is a problem. So I don't think they are right now in measure to sign or trade anybody yet because of that situation. Does it make sense? Because they don't know what Peterson, because if you think about this, Vancouver guys, they have $14 million, I can recall it. They have $10 million right now and they have to sign Peterson and Hughes. If you look at the contract, they gave all the contract. Hughes is at least $7 million. And Peterson, if you go, $7 million at least. So they are tied up with money over there. They are really tied up. So my point to you back now is this part. To open up more money, that's what JT Miller come in the equation in OTAP. Because now you're going to open up a $5 million. They're not going to have Drouin return. They're going to have a first-round pick and maybe a rookie, maybe in the American Hockey League where he become Islander or something like that, or a defenseman to pick it up and then to square the money to pay the 2 players over there. That's the best thing about JT Miller about that. JT Miller is $5.2 million guy. He's a 28 years old player. He plays center. Oh, know that. He had not a great year last season, but not a great year. I apologize. You have 46 point guys in 53 games. You have 72 points 2 years ago and 69 games. So the guy can produce a lot. And he's on average about 20 goals per year. I think he can fix the problem what Montreal has right now as a second center. And then, compared to Kotkaniemi, I think at that moment right now, he is going to be fixed better. The problem they have, I think he is better to Kotkaniemi at that level at this age right now. He's still 28, so he's going to be good for 3 more years for him about that. I don't say that's the right move, but I think that's a move they have to go with him. And Miller is still good, guys, for 2 years contract. So they still have back again 1 more year, and he's going to be 30 years old. And at 30 years old, you know that the contract now is not going to be $6, $7, $8 million, whatever he produces, because at 30 years old, you have to go with a 4 years contract max. You cannot sign those guys 8 years anymore. So I think Montreal would be great if they can get him about that. Now, they talk about this to trade Ovat, but you have to pay the price a little bit more to get Bob Ovat. So Bob Ovat was on the trade bait a couple of months ago about that. They want to keep Brock Bozer, but I think Bovat. But I don't think so they will trade Bovat. I think they will get more. But they need to find money at some point, and they have no choice. Because they cannot they cannot get those 2 players. And you look at our lineup over there, they don't have anybody to trade down to put on the American Hockey League with lower money. It's not good enough. Both them is $7 million. Whatever you do right now is $7 million. And right now I'm talking to you, it's $10.6 million they have. So I think in our top, your situation is pretty good. About Miller.
I think you're basically taking the 2 picks you're getting from Carolina, you're throwing in a prospect, and I think that could make the deal fly with Vancouver for JT Miller. So at the end of the day, you switched a prospect and Kotkaniemi for JT Miller. I think that's a great movement for Montreal.
Yep. I think so too.
I don't like Miller at all. Sorry, guys. I'm not a big fan of Miller. Nah. Sorry, guys. I don't like him.
No, fair enough.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
But, for what Montreal looking right now, I think we fixed the problem. After I will go more with Dvorak because he's a younger a little bit more. Yeah. The potential is still there. The salary is lower. It's a 4.1. You have like Johnny said, 3-4 years. I think it would be better to get that one over there. Because we know right now with Kotkaniemi's situation, I think that's you have to figure out what Mike Bergeron is going to do for the next couple of days for sure.
Hey, Coach, one of the guys said we're boring co-hosts. I'm about to take my clothes off if he wants.
God, you have chemistry with the team. Joseph said that if Montreal trade for someone, you have to good chemistry with Montreal. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
If you tell that, it's Jack Eichel is the risk because his injury, right? We don't know exactly what could happen, but I can promise you one thing. The fact with Pat Brisson is shaking me more. So Pat Brisson, we have a great reputation in hockey as an agent. So if he negotiates his contract, I can guarantee you that he knows the situation with Jack Eichel, and I'm sure he's going to talk to him, explain to him, everything like that. So for me, it's a shaker for me. Whatever Jack Eichel goes, you will know Pat Brisson is not going to put his name for reputation against the other team. That's why he's been there for years and years, and that's what he does all the time. So for me, it's a little bit better to have him around Jack Eichel. So we see now what his health for sure, but that's something you have to figure out.
I was reading about that medical operation that he was talking about getting. And from what I read, it doesn't sound as risky as everybody's saying. I mean, I know, and listen, I'm not underestimating if he went and got that operation. It's tricky. But from what the doctor said and the other doctor said, it's not that big a deal. People are over worried about it. I'm not sure if I'm as worried as other people are if he went and had that operation. Because from what I read about it, it's a pretty safe operation. It's not an experimental, dangerous operation.
No. Of course, but it never been applied by the doctor from Alabama. He never did it as an athlete hockey player. That's what the question behind
That's the problem.
That's the, you know what I mean? But the guarantee for the doctor was 99.99, like 90,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, the shandy does not work. It's not like, it's not like a Tommy John as a pitcher at the beginning, right? I'm not sure about that one over there. So for me about this, we know we have to go. It's now almost 10, but you have a good question here before we go. What about Dylan Strome would be a good risk for the Habs? My point is, I don't think so. They want to trade him.
I mean, of course, I would love to have him, but I agree with you, Coach. I'm not so sure that they'll want to trade him at this stage.
I don't think so. And I don't know what the Rangers are chasing Hakel at the end of the day for Zibanejad. I don't get it.
Here, let me throw this bomb in at the very end. Why don't they go get Max Domi back from Columbia?
Johnny Golden asked,
Hey,
Winnipeg is in a cap hill. Any target over there? The problem with Winnipeg, they don't have anybody to want to let it go. So they don't want to get, Sheffley or Corner or, and they're getting old. Paul Stastny, guys, maybe 1 year over there. Blake Wheeler is 34 years old over there. So they're not going to trade what they have around what their best forward over there. And we're looking for a center over there. So, the only one they have after that, Pierre-Luc Dubois. They're not going to trade Pierre-Luc Dubois. They pay too much to get him. So I don't think Winnipeg, Johnny, is a good place about that one over there.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting a girl is a waste to pick a prospect. He is a cancer. He should not be captain. He won the one to organization. Play with respect. First of all, I would say
Tell
to
us
you,
what you really think, Bud the Monkey.
no, but first of all, I would say to him, he is right at some level.
Yeah.
At the same time, when you don't have veterans with leadership, whatever you don't wear the C, when you don't have a 32 years old, a Carey Price, a Weber, another old player like that, a Jeff Petrie, can explain to him, it can teaching him, it can make him better what it takes to become a professional, to be a leader, everything like that. That's the situation happening with him. So sometime you have to figure out what's going on inside the locker room, who is there, who is not there. And that belief, Chakikel can change, whatever it's Montreal or Boston or somewhere else, right? And that's what's happening for him. I think they need the quality. That's happening with Tony DeAngelo, guys, and New York Rangers. I mentioned this week. One Jeff Gordon explained about that. DeAngelo have no big old player with experience to tell him, explain to him everything like that. So I understand what you said, but the Monkey, I know it's a risk. I know we did. But again, we may be, again, it's all about the relationship. You can talk and you can think to him. Dylan Strome is on market. He is a brother in Chicago. He's on the market, yes and no. The Rangers, he was on the market. You talk about the Rangers, right? Yeah. So he was on the trade bait before they trade Buchnevich. Now Buchnevich is gone. Their money is better, and the situation, they need more forward. So I don't think so. Strome, he's on market about that one. But in case I get Sheffley, Roger Delaney, welcome aboard. Sang Suzuki during the season with this situation. I think Suzuki is going to get a long contract the next couple of months about that one there. And again, of course, they could sign Kotkaniemi at 2.1. We'll not be at that situation. But I don't think so. Kotkaniemi want to wait to get 2.1. I think the negotiation was not great at that moment. That's the reason. Yeah, Rens. All right, so that's what we mess up. Ren Strome play for the Rangers and Dylan Strome play for Chicago. Now, Strome to Chicago is not like Ryan and with the Rangers. That's what happening about that one there. I would like to get Rope Hands for the Dallas Star. Yeah, it's another Philip Dano over there for Rope Hands. I think he's underrated. I don't know if you think about that, but I think Reigns is really underrated for the Dallas Star. I think he's a young player. Play very well about that one over there for sure. Anything else before we go? I think I want to do it's time for the Frenchy Quiz. It's 10:03.
One quick thing. Would you put Druin back at center?
So again?
Would you put Drouin back at center?
The possibility is there, but I don't think so. It would be a great solution because he struggled a lot as a center on the defensive side, and I think. But it's sometimes you have no choice, right? So maybe the plan is going to go that way if he have to, but I don't think so. It would be the right things to do.
I think it's a lot of pressure for him at this stage.
It's funny, he said, should the Avs go for Thomas Hertl? He's a free agent next year. Would be interesting to see him. He will be open over there. But I think San Jose is going to have him a great contract to stay. I don't see him to go nowhere, to be honest with you. So thanks again to join us live tonight, guys. We're going to repeat this.
Thanks.
I think it's fun for everybody. We appreciate a lot for your participation. Don't go nowhere.
Thank you, Coach.
The Frenchy Quiz is going to jump right away, right now. So thank you, guys. I appreciate a lot.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
so
welcome.
much.
When we this what's happening? Of course, here's the Frenchy Quiz. Oh, sorry about the late. Oh yeah, welcome back to another great Frenchy Quiz, the #1 quiz on the YouTube about hockey. Tonight, it's all about the Montreal Canadiens. So we see, yes, Johnny, the draft for next year is deep, and 2023 is also deep. But 2022, guys, you have a lot of great hockey players. I'm going to talk more about this. I'm going to create video about that. For sure, it's going to be a really great draft for the upcoming. Better what we got in 2021. To be honest with you, we start with Shane Wright, unbelievable hockey player right there, and I think you have a couple of Russian players over there, Michenchenko, something like that. He's really good over there. So I'm going to talk more about those draft players the next couple of weeks, days about that over there. Don't forget tomorrow Sunday. Usually it's a flashback video. And tomorrow I have also another video. It's called the UFA, the best UFA for each team. It's going to be live, not live, it's going to be up. And we have a show tomorrow night. Coach Frenchy is back in the house tomorrow night. Special Sunday night because I'm free. So we'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow night talking about a little bit about the NHL, what is coming, the couple of rookies coming up, everything like that. So let's jump into question #1. And the Habs franchise, during the 1987 NHL draft, which player played the most game in the NHL, a draft by the Montreal Canadiens that year in 1987? So we have 5 players who was drafted during that year, and they was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens, first round, second round, third round, whatever they are. But they did not stay with the Montreal. They got traded, but they played the most game in the NHL. So it could be with the Flyers or Vancouver, whatever they play. And which one of them has the most game in NHL? Is it John Leclerc, Éric Desjardins, Andrew Cassel? Can't believe it. Andrew Cassel with Montreal Canadiens. Matthew Schneider and Ed Ronan. Who has the most game in NHL? And love quiz bunny. Joseph said B, Éric Desjardins. Yannick Robinson said D, Matthew Schneider. Michael Robinstein said A, John Leclerc. And our tap said E, Ed Ronan. Bad the Monkey said C, Andrew Cassel. Everybody pick at that. Roger Delaney said A. Luke said A. Bad the Monkey said C. One more time. Anybody else? I will go with B and our tap, said Éric Desjardins. One more time for them again. Love Bunny said A. Don't forget to click on the likes. We have 24. Can we reach 25 tonight? The answer of the first question, guy, is D. Mathieu Schneider, 1,289 games this year during his career, following by Andrew Castle, Éric Desjardins, and John Leclerc. Ed Ronan, who have played only 300. Nathalie Lafont said A, John Leclerc, but the answer was D. You have Yannick Robinson, name it, and Enotap score at 0.5 tonight after 3 change. Answer, I give you a 0.5 tonight. Yannick Robinson score at 1. That's only 2 guys have a D at the first question. Let's move on to question number 2. And the Habs Canadiens franchise. Who is the first goaltender drafted by the Montreal Canadiens in their history? So at all the draft in 1963, 64, 65, 66, which one was the first draft goaltender by the Montreal? Is it Philippe Meyer? Is it Michel Place, Rocky Vachon, Gum Worsley, or Ken Dryden? Oh no, not again. Yeah. Leo Jalbert go with Leo. Welcome back, Monam. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. We go with Ken Dryden. We have Michael Robinstein said B. Yannick Robinson says C. Enotab said A. Banamonkey said A. Nat Lafont said B. Joseph said D. Luc said C. One more time. Roger is back in the house. Said A. The answer of this, guys. Welcome. Don't forget to click on the like. Leo Jalbert, how you doing, buddy? We miss you. Oh, Raji said B at the last seconds. But the answer, guy, is A. Philip Meyer, 1966 first round pick. And Love Bunny said B. But the answer is Badamonkey have 1 point. Inotap have 1 point. And Roger Delaney score also 1 point. Congratulations. And we have to move on to question number 3. And where now we have Inotap at 1.5. Yannick Robinson at 1, Badamonkey at 1, and Roger Delaney as 1. Glad to hear that, Leo. We miss you, buddy. You always bring a lot of great comments. Question number 3. We're still in the Montreal Canadiens franchise. Which coach has the most years behind the bench? So which coach of this 5 name we have was the most year behind the bench before they got fired or retired? Is it Scotty Bowman, Tou Blake, Dick Irvin, Sil Hart, and Michel Terrien? I'll be honest with you guys. I know Montreal Canadiens on my for everything, but I cannot remember Cecil Hart until I see his name tonight. I'll be honest with you. I have no clue, honestly, about Cecil Hart, but he's part of the show. That's no problem, right, G? Leo Jalbert said A. Scotty Bowman. Father Monkey said A. Nat Lafont said A. Luc said A. Michel Robinstein said C. Roger Delaney said B. Reggie said E. Yannick Robinson said B. Enotap said B-A. Now you're going to be at only 0.3 if you consider like that, Enotap. Love Bunny said A. Joseph said D. The answer, there's one, guys. It's funny. We have only one good answer. Yeah, only one. And the answer is C. Michael Robinstein got it. Dick Irvin, 15 years. Two Blake, 13 years. Scotty Bowman, guys, only 8 years behind the bench. Michel Therrien, 8 years. Cecil Hart, 9 years. So, only Michael. We have a game tonight, guys. We have 5 players can win the game tonight. Question number 4. Well, and the Montreal Canadiens history. He is the only player wearing the jersey number 78. Who I am? Eric Landry, Donald Odette, Ben Maxwell, Patrick Holland, or Morgan Ellis. Which one of them 5 players is wearing the number 78? The only one wearing number 78 in the history of the Montreal Canadiens. That's your choice right now. Bottom Monkey said A. Inotap said A. Leo Jalbert said A. Roger said A. Oh, Julien Vizna is on the house tonight, said A. Welcome aboard. Reggie said A. Michael Robinstein said B. Luke said D. One more time. Yannick said A. Here we go. Joseph Laham said B. Love Bunny said A. Nat Lafont said A. Leo Jalbert said A. The answer to this question, guys, not many people got it. Eric Landry. A. So we have a lot of people, to be honest with you. Leo Jalbert have A. Inotap have A. Julien Wiseman Vizna, welcome aboard. Hopefully you're going to click on the likes. Parker have A. Yannick Robinson have A. We have also Love Bunny. Nat Lafont, Roger Delaney, Leo Jalbert score, Inotap score, Bottom Monkey score. We still have a chance to win tonight. The last question, guy, is easy. So, Coach, it was easy on that last one. And the Montreal Canadiens franchise, which player played the most game for the Montreal Canadiens? Larry Robinson, Henri Richard, Jean Béliveau, Bob Gainey, or Andrei Markov? Let's go, Joseph said B. Michael Robinstein said B. Leo said B. Tristan Grew is back in the house. Welcome aboard. Leo said B. Julien said B. Inotap said B. Bottom Monkey said B. Reggie said A. Bottom Monkey think he is right. Luke said C. Love Bunny said B. One more time before the mulligan. Yannick Robinson, he said B. I did not mention his name. I did not see Natalie. It's because I run 2 computers and my other computer pick up more at the left side here. So anyway, anyhow, the answer, that one, guys. 7 member in the house tonight. Henri Richard, 1,258 game, inner tap score, and inner tap with that score win tonight by a score almost perfect, honestly. And then Yannick Robinson have a great night with 3, Bada Monkey with 3, Roger 2, Robert, Michael Robinson have a 3, Reggie score with 2, Julien String come back late, but he scored a couple of times. So pretty much, again, congratulations to Inner Tap. Again, another great Stefan member who is back in the house tonight from Sweden. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. Unfortunately, Monkey is by 0.5. Mr. Inner Tap have 4.5 tonight. But good weeks for you, Bada Monkey, this week, by the way. Natalie have 2, yes. And maybe have 3. I don't know your last answer. Did pretty good, Nat. Pretty fun about that one there. So, like I said, the biggest news today was Kotkaniemi, to be honest with you. Yeah, other news, like Bada Monkey said, we have someone get hired by the Florida Panthers and the management. But that's pretty much it. Coaches only gave me 0.5 point out that. Enough to win tonight, 4.5. Getting better slowly, Bada Monkey. Yes, you're getting there. But I need to be hard on him. He show up, he turned his question 3 times. It's funny because if Michael was on blood, I would be here with screaming to Inner Tap. It was a great show tonight. I said the Pocket Rocket, so I guess I have 3. Exactly that. For some reason, I didn't see it, but I know. You 3 tonight, Nat. So the Saturday night, guys, we do all the question about the Montreal Canadiens. The Saturday night, we talk more about the Montreal Canadiens. We try to bring a lot. It was great to see Yannick Robinson in the house, Julien in the house, Tristan Grove show up sometimes. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Leo Jalbert was back in the house tonight. That's great to see you guys to come back here. And don't forget, we are live at Monday night usually to Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. And also we are back now tomorrow night for a special edition of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Tomorrow night we're going to go back what we were supposed to talk tonight. What are you talking about, Coach? So tomorrow night we're going to build a new team from the Montreal Canadiens players they have and they play with. So, example, we're going to go with one player for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's start with Jeff Petrie. So Petrie played in Edmonton before. Which player he played at Edmonton is the best player he played with and we can put at that new team? And we're going to build that team like that. Like Tyler Toffoli. Which player we're going to take from him? He played in Vancouver and he played with Los Angeles Kings. Are you going to go with Kopitar or are you going to go with Elias Pettersson? We're going to build that team like that. Josh Anderson. Which player played for Columbus Blue Jacket the time Josh Anderson was there? You want him to play a part of the new team. That's what we're going to go that way tomorrow. Like Georges St. Pierre would said, I'm not impressed by your performance, Nat. That's funny. I would love for the Panthers to get Manson a heck home, and then we would be set. By the monkey, heck home don't go nowhere. Manson, the only problem with Josh Manson right now is the cost is high. And I think Josh Manson is the guy who scored 3-4 goals, but he's a prototype player, really younger, like exactly what David Savard is at 27, 28 years old for the Columbus Blue Jacket. He's a home guys. He's not an offensive guy. Physical, 6'3". But again, you need that kind of player if you want to go all the way to the end. But I will take Manson for sure. Thank you so much, Reggie. I appreciate a lot. It was different tonight because we talk a lot about Kotkaniemi and everything like that. We got a couple that are not light tonight. That's Saturday night. The young are out tonight. But it's all good. I'm not worried about that. We're not looking for the 1 hour negative. We don't see it. I don't see them at all. But it was great to have all your discussion about the player. It'll be interesting what Marc Bergevin is going to do for the next couple of days. It'll be interesting what the other option can they trade. They can let it go. And for me, I'm just not agree to have Kotkaniemi at $6.1 million. A lot of people will say we cannot leave a kid like him, let it go at 21 years old and go from there. Now, you can also do this way. You can let him play for 1 year at $6.1 million. He's going to be a RFA next year. And then you give him a bridge contract. So we're talking about, coach. So he can get a 5 years contract at $3 million. I'm sure it'll be hard for him to accept that. But you can go lower if you give him an extension contract for years. The RFA 10% is only apply if you go an amputation. All right? So it cannot be lower if you resign a 1 year contract like Patrick Laney. He got 7.5 right away in the bat because that's the contract he got last season. So that would be something where the Montreal have to negotiate with him, his agent, if he's willing to do it. Tap, it's a good thing you never bought. Yeah. Keep the picks, Julien. That's pretty much what I would do. Not necessary. They have a. I understand the rule. A lot of people don't get it. If you want him signed for 1 year, if you go in a salary amputation, yes. But if you sign an extension contract or you get him a 3-4 years contract, you can start from zero and you go all the way up. But if you go in a salary amputation, you have to go with the minimum is 6.1. For Suzuki, the reason why he will wait is because he need to prove 1 more year. But I think he could get if you can get him for 6 years, around $6 million, that would be a good contract for Montreal Canadiens. He's 22, 21, 22. And then at 5 years, example, it will be UFA. So you can maybe sign him for an extension about, a 5 years, $6 million. I think that's pretty cool. But a lot of players will wait to not sign not much a long contract. And 4 years or 3 years, 1, 2, 3. And 4 years, the salary cap increase a lot. And you're going to see an increasing money salary for the players. So that's what happened. Still will not do it. KK at first teammate team. Name is bad position 1 play for Montreal again. I think that would be the right move to do, honestly. They could, but I don't think so. Raven, welcome back. It would be hard to see that. I think the Canes should offer sheet Pouvillier. Well, the only thing they did that, the offer a sheet, it was not for out to get a players. They did this to pay back, to put Montreal Canadiens and Marc Bergevin to do that. If you follow them on the Twitter, they do a lot of different things not right. They have some time between them and the Nashville Predator. I think the Hurricane blocked the Nashville Predator, something like that. They do a lot of different things on social media. It's really extremist, to be honest with you. And what they did today, they changed their website in French just to laugh about the Montreal Canadiens. And they make an offer of $20 for sign-up bonus to laugh about the Montreal Canadiens. They write in French because what Mike Bergeron said about AO, they said the same thing and they changed the name Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Yep, Julien. Exactly. Yeah, no, I don't know they want Kotkaniemi. I don't know. But they are stuck with him at $6.1 million. They hope they will be sure he will become a $6.1 million player. So it'll be really interesting about that. It's not because now he gets 6.1, he's going to score 25 goals. He had the potential to become a great hockey player. We as a fans, Montreal, I hope he can become. But I would never pay 6.1. Now, a lot of people said, yeah, but why Bergeron wait to sign him? Why not to sign him like 3 weeks ago? That's the risk you get. So, I don't know in our top, but the key behind that, right, is also it's Kotkaniemi. At the end of the day, Kotkaniemi, guys, he signed for only 1 year. If really, the Carolina Hurricane want him, they would offer him for 5 years, 6 years. So Kotkaniemi fall in the trap of the Hurricane too. Kotkaniemi have to take some blame here. I think with something we have to think about this too. Yeah, at some point have some bad negotiation. It's a risk. Middlestad is a risk. He's 23 years old. Did not prove yet who he is. Right? He show up this year some highlights and flashing a little bit, but not good enough to guarantee us. You know what I mean? But I believe right now Kotkaniemi put himself also in a bad situation. That's you said this better at what I said, Julien. Yeah, Tab called it this week. But you're absolutely right, Julien. Yeah, Michael, he is right. You should. We go to tell you that, my Julien. Yes, Yannick. But Tap, if he play with Carolina, right? He's not going to play on power play. Why he fit on power play? That's something could happen also. I don't think so. I feel like for me, I'll be honest with you, at the end of the day, I think Tab is maybe right. The bad joke or what they did, Carolina, would maybe turn around to be against them a little bit later. That's a problem right there. I know Jordan Stahl is 34 years old. But check about this right now. Shevnikov, Ao, and Toronevin. The second line, they have Trocheck. They have Nikash. What do you think? I don't know until Jeff Skinner. The kid have a potential, guys. That'd be funny, Yannick, right? The kid have potential to become a great hockey player, guys. He was drafted third. Montreal loved this kid. At the end of the day, he can become a great hockey player. That's possible. That's what could happen too. And to get him next week, they are $2 million over salary over there. So they have to figure out something. I know, that you're the only one believe on Huberdeau. At the end of the day, I would be happy if you're right about that one. But they got Bergevin off the hook. But they put Montreal in the bad situation because now they lose a great young players, right? 20 years old, 21 years old, have a great potential to become a great hockey player. Not say he will. He did not show exactly the third round pick he was select, right? But the kid can play hockey. It would be really, really interesting. We're going to talk a lot about that situation for the next couple of days for sure. It would be really interesting to see that. Somebody said Mac Bergevin does this. Somebody said this or this is this. I can wait to see how Mac Bergevin is going to do about that. Somebody said you cannot lose a kid, 21 years old, like I said. Whatever the cost is, you cannot let him go. I'm not sure about that. Mac Bergevin need an option B. He need to find a way he can trade something after that. And they have a lot of material to trade now. He lose KK, but he have something there. Yeah. That's the positive behind that, right? At the end of the day, but we want to have a good year also. And I think everybody would say they have no second, that they have nobody there. So they would, like Boston, Hope, Charlie Corey make the second line. Montreal was Hope, Kotkaniemi become the second line over there. And then, like you can go to some location where they're same situation, where they hope someone pick up that role at full time. And that's what now Montreal have to figure out that one over there. And they cannot match this kid at 6.1 and then trade him. Nobody want him at 6.1. Nobody. Montreal don't want him at 6.1. So Carolina could be maybe got that one now at 6.1. And Carolina guys cannot trade him. Nobody want him after that. So Carolina is going to have a 6.1 more in their salary cap. I will check about one more thing here. But right now, with Kotkaniemi in the lineup, guys, they are over $1.5 million over. And they have 23 players. They will have to trash someone And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defensemen, 14. They would have to make a trade with someone. So they are not, with him, they give him a better forward for sure. But at the end of the day, they have a problem with the salary cap too. Add Katri to that list. I know tap. I don't know Yannick Colorado have to trade Katri because they don't have no center. But if Montreal is bad position without KK, that's okay too because we have a high traffic high, so that one over there. We did not talk about the possibility of getting Monahan. More the days goes, less I think Monahan be traded. Montreal have a lot of right handle shoulder. Those are as rare. They maybe not want to lose though many of those. Yeah, of course you have Gallagher, Toffoli, Anderson, Armia over there, right? Easy on that one over there. Zuski is under the right. Yeah, but again, if they get KK, who they trade? They stuck with Gardiner. That Gardiner will be the right guy, but Gardiner is at $4 million. So can someone buy him at $2 million? They keep $2 million salary cap. That could happen. But Gardiner is not a great. So they have not like a lot of possibilities, but they have 23 players full plus 1.5. Now, an injury could be a problem. You don't have, who knows? Caden Jenkins back in the house. They trade D'Angelo, maybe Bear. It could happen about that one over there, but D'Angelo, not many people want him. It cost them nothing, to be honest with you. Bear, they just got him for Warren for jail, so I'm not sure. Rafael, good morning. Directly from Philippines, La Famille Hilega. Yeah, Yannick, I understand that, but the problem with Kadri is right now Colorado struggle with center. They need more forward. So, yeah, it could happen. But Kadri is getting older. Of course, Rafael. Always, always, always. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you have an amazing, great weekend over there. Sunday morning, 11 o'clock p.m. Ketri is 30 years old, guys. He's $4.5 million. He had 30 points last season, only 11 goals. His best year in NHL is behind him, I believe. I think he's a scorer of 15 goals now. 30 years old like that, if we can sign him for 4 years max at $5 million, that's good. But I believe it's more like a third center on my book. Does it make sense? We miss you too, my friend. Hopefully everything is well in Philippines. So like I said, it's to get a good second center, we don't know. Sometimes the youngest, it's happened a lot this Saturday night, but part of the game. You never get disturbed by the negativity by the monkey in life. You never get someone that's not like you, right? You just mentioned. And you never go against someone is negative. You accept them. You said, thank you so much. Appreciate a lot of your comments. And that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a star, I'm not considering myself with a star, but if you take a star, any singer, any athletes, right? Not everybody love that person. That's normal. It's part of what we are. But again, you cannot be affected by the things you're not in control in life. Everybody can click on dislike at the end of the day. But if I keep considering who I am and I give my best, that's one thing I can do. Because I'm in charge about myself. I'm in charge to come here. I'm in charge to give my best. I'm in charge to do my best analysis about hockey, return that. But if it's over tonight, that show, I can go to bed, put my head on my pillow, and said, you know what? I was good today. And I feel good about it. And nobody's going to disturb me and bother me by who they think about me. When you have that kind of confidence and you believe in yourself, that's where you go through adversity challenge. That's for me. Dislike, or bad comments, or someone don't like me, whatever it is, or a guy show up earlier and we was talking, right? He make a bad comments. I did not talk to him at all. He never come back. And that's okay. I don't push someone to come here. You are welcome to stay here. You're welcome to talk. Or you're welcome to live. You can tell me I'm ugly. I'm still showing up tomorrow night because I believe in life. You cannot be disturbed by the thing you're not in control. Coach, you gained 55 subs in 5 days, by the monkey. Thank you so much. Yes, we're getting growing. What is your next stream, Coach Frenchy? Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Sorry, got to take the dog out for a walk. Good night, one and all of the great show, Coach. Turn number one. Thank you so much, Michael Robinstein. Always a pleasure to have you. Glad you are now a good supporter of the show. We love your knowledge. We love your comments. Come back anytime, my friend. Have an amazing, great night for the doggies and yourself. We got more, but we don't get viewers and we don't get a lot of people show up here. The problem is like we are not straight Montreal Canadiens. That's what is hard sometimes. We are a diversified website, YouTube, where we talk about different teams and all that. So it's hard to be, but it is what it is. Keep the good work, Frenchy. Thank you so much, Julien. Glad you show up. Thank you so much for your great words. Appreciate that. The Habs should return their song to Le But by the monkey. We have it. Pierre Hood. Le I'll be honest with you. I like my background tonight. What do you think about my background? I feel like it's colorful behind me. I feel like it's smiling behind me. I did this thumbnail for the video. I did a video today about Kotkaniemi. And you can check. We have a notification. Click on the little bell to get a notification. We create video at least one per day. And then we have the short video about the news of the day. And of course, we show up 2 times per day. It's so catchy. The fan will chant Ali, the hey, yeah. I thought you'd been pretty good. Yeah, overall, thank you, Yannick. I think it's fun that usually I'm in the locker room. But tonight, I'd say, you know what? We talk about Kotkaniemi's Montreal Canadiens night anyway. That'd be good to go that way. I think it was pretty good off-season on here. Yeah, he turned around. It's just like, he had no reason, with 1,500 subscribers now or 1,200, whatever you are, right? You need at least 10% of them. So that'd be great if we have 100 people tonight, or, we still about 25 and 30, and then they back and forth. But it would be great if we can get like 100 people per night. Some other does this, and I feel like, something that's not punch yet to keep the people around. But we'll see. You work very hard, Coach. I love talking to you and watching your video. Thank you and all that. Very nice from you. You're always a great supporter. Serge Random News, a KK, so all caught me off guard. Yeah, nobody I was expect that, right? That way. But that's what it is, right? Hockey, and who knows? Maybe Colorado will offer a sheet to. The bad thing about what happening tonight, guys, is like, as a fans, I wish we have more offer a sheet in NHL. Not what the way they did that today, because today was just a trashy offer sheet. But it'd be nice to have a team say, you know what, we want Elian Pettersson, give him $8 million, sign him for 6 years. And let's see what Vancouver is going to do. But this is a real good one offer sheet. Not the way Carolina, because now a team does it, they will expect in 2-3 years they will do it against them. That's not the way you do hockey. Yes, Butter Monkey. Absolutely, Johnny. The draft next year is unbelievable. It's unbelievable, Johnny. Shane Wright, number 1 over there, but I'm not worried about him. You have a lot of Chavlikovsky. I did the video about them 3 weeks ago. Yes, he was. I agree with you about that. It was a great for the Montreal. Let me check something. Well, you can talk with me right now, but I'm looking for a document I have here. I'm looking for something, boys. Hold on. I'm getting here. I want to show this to you guys. I'm getting there. Jeez. I'm going to have a great night, Joseph. Have a good night, buddy. I think you sure the game, the game will be good about this one. Plus the game between Tampa Bay when Kucherov come back. Yes, Julien. That's a close and for the players. Wait a minute. It may be something happening there, but wait. Don't go nowhere. I need to find something for you guys. Here we go. You should see this now. All right. So these are the best players next season for the draft 2022. You have Shane Wright, Brett Lambert for the Finland, Matthew Savoie, Simon Nemec, Slavkovsky, Miroshelnichenko. That's the one I was talking earlier. What this kid guy? The defenseman, the Czech Chirecek, is right now play during the day. He's an amazing, great defenseman. Yorov and the right wing is a great player over there. Salomonson, Cooley, Pearson, Forsmark, Hughes, not Jack Hughes, the same guy. It's another one over there. But I give you an idea here what you got. Nathan Gosher, right? Everything like that. So what do you do? That's the next one. Connor Kiki. That's the brother to Amara, Kaza, Koromislav, Ugre, everything like that. So that's on the list of the best of the upcoming 2020-22. I give you an idea. I want to share with you about that one over there. So one you know, and I don't want to do this that way, but I want to share with you. But when you sign up as a member at $2.99, $4.99 per month, you get all the kind of contents I'm getting from other sites where I'm a member and I make my own article and I'm share with you guys. Could be videos, everything like that. So that's what you get when you sign up as a member of the Hockey Nation Live Show per month. That's the name of the people. You can see the chat all green. It's because they are a member of the Hockey Nation Live Show. We provide them specific private video and private contents, everything like that. So that's what you get about deeper information about prospect and everything. Oh, who do you think is going to win the Hockey Olympic? It's too far, to be honest with you, from what happened. I know all the countries have been an amazing, great team. USA, Canada, Russia, Sweden, Finland. Those, would be great. German would be interesting to see that for sure. Johnny Golden, 11th center rank in the first round. Yes, about that. So, that's happening about this. And then that's what you get when you member. At $2.99 per month, it's not expensive. I don't want you do this. It's just like you get all the kind of information you don't get here online for right now. Everything like that. So, that's what's happening. The 2022 draft is amazing. 2023 with great Connor Bedard, Menkov for the Russian kid is unbelievable. So I'll be under the punch on those two kids. I'll be honest with you. I think Bonamonkey, he will be invited as the third goaltender for Team USA. It could, tap. I know he did not play. I did some stat today about the Tampa Bay series at the end. The final score guy is 4-1 on 5 games. But I'll be honest with you, this series could be in 6 or 7. Because when you think about this, the first game, they win 5-1. All right? So game number 2, game number 3, game number 4, game number 5. Kucherov have 2 points. Brendan Point did not score. They have only 1 goal on power play. What happening, and when the team win the champion every year, their bottom 6 on any team win the Stanley Cup show up when the top 6 does not produce. Stamkos did nothing. The last 5 games, you have only nothing. My point to you is Montreal did an amazing, great. Carey Price was unbelievable, game 2 to 5. It could be this in 6. It's just we cannot find a way. The goal on the Goldman, I believe, diving, right, at the end of the period, changed this game. My point to you is like Montreal have a better series what we thought against Tampa Bay when you analyze those stats like that. Montreal played amazing. It's just like, and 5 was not fair. But the champion find a way to do it, right? Tampa Bay, what they learned in the last 3 years is to close the game and finishing the game and dominate other team, whatever they lead by 1 goal. They don't have to lead by 3, score 5, 6 goals. They can play game now 2-1, 1-0, 3-2. That become their strain in the last series. Johnny, I love this kid. I always said, you never know. I think it would be not good enough for him to be a center, but that opened a spot for sure. I don't know if he's really. I think maybe 1 more year in Laval will help him, but who knows, right? Some kid did it. But I just love this kid. I love Norlander a lot. I think it's worse in my book, and I will tell you why. Anderson guy is underrated. Anderson is a horse. Guys, he stayed in Toronto 5 years. 5 years in Toronto with all the pressure they got over there. 5 years. 5 years over there. It's unbelievable what he did over there. And I'm going to give you a stat. And people complain about him. All right, check this. Last year, I have a bad year, right? He played injury, we done that. But before that, all right, in Toronto, 2.67, 0.918, 0.918, 0.917, 0.909. The last 4 years, last year he struggled, all right? He was hurt. But prior to that, guys, 66 game, 60 game, 52 game with Toronto, an average about 2.75, an average of 0.95. And you don't want him. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm throwing out. Anderson is underrated. I'm not sure you're right about that one in our top during the playoff. He has 0.913, 0.947, 0.915, 0.922, and 0.936. You have one bad year in Toronto in playoff. And the year they got again in 17-18. And he did all those stats, guys. All those stats with nobody in front of him as a defenseman. Don't tell me they have defensemen. They don't have defensemen the last 4 years over there. And they had got defensemen last year. He did not play the year before. You say you have defensemen. Yes. But you know what? 1.84 and 0.936 in playoff and 5 games. So I'm throwing out. And again, I'm not saying you're not right in our top. I just said sometime you can become the best goaltender, But if you guys not carry on, right? I expect something will happen in Pittsburgh. I need to make a video to get like there are 5 teams going to have better points and 5 teams going to struggle this year. And I think Pittsburgh is the one. Like I need to make a team or all the team and put like more point or less point. That would be good if I can make a video like that. I just finished today my video about the UFA. I was supposed to release it at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then the news of Kotkaniemi changed my plan. Yeah, I understand what you mean by right, because you always remember if you don't win a series, the goaltender is always blamed every time like that, right? But again, they lose. It was not because Anderson at the end of the day. The people remember the bad goal he gave every time that. I understand that. But at some point, when you have a 1.84 and 9.93 and 9.944 and the playoff, you have to shoot somewhere else. Not shoot it. Because remember, like last year, Toronto lost in 7. What you remember is the bad goal at Jack Campbell against Brendan Gallagher at 60 feet. They opened the door. That's what you remember. But you don't talk about all what he did, Jack Campbell, before that. That's other news we heard about that one. Claude Giroux, 33 years old, $8.25 million per year. Did not sign. You have a pretty good year last year, 47 points, I believe, 43. Yeah, exactly, that. I think he is overrated. It will be interesting. He can carry on the goaltending one all year long this year. He can. Some goaltenders step up at older age. I know that we cannot put him like bad, but I think it would be interesting if he can carry on the load for this season. You have Marincek with him, where I think is good, but Marincek is a good split time. He's not a guy who goes. So they are two good tender, two good goaltender, but not amazing goaltender. Yes, he can come back, but when you said bounce back, what do you expect? Greatness? Great? No. But he can drop at 2.50, 60. We need him at 0.91. You cannot have Bob Bobrovsky at 0.90. You need him at 0.91. I think he can. I think he can do that, Crumper. But again, 45 games, that'd be great. 50 max over there. I hope Mike does not go after Giroux unless a great deal. Not at all. The only way you get him, guys, is about $3.5 million per year. At 34, you can give him a $3 million, a 3 years contract, maybe at $4 million, but not more at that part over there. That's a little bit high at 0.7, but if you can get a 9.912 and at 2.6, the chance to win is better. But you cannot have him at 2.90 he got, and at 0.9 and 0.89 and 0.90. He had a good stretch, 12, 13 games last season. But after that, he struggled. What's funny, guys, is like, nobody here. Me, Bada Monkey, Tap, maybe John Golden, maybe 1 or 2 more. It's not a matter. We talk about hockey. That's, what I mean? Like, you have other channel right now, they have 100 people, 80 people, and you don't produce 2-3 hours live streaming. Because just we stay here because we love it. Hey, Reggie is in the house. We forgot you, buddy. We love you. Here we go. Merci, Cole. Merci, Roger. Yes, about the monkey. He proved it. He did it. He been there with Team Canada, Team USA, with the program, and with Boston College. But they need both goaltender. I like Spencer Knight. We'll see what he look like. I don't know, guys. Not because I'm proud of me. I just feel like this background is fun. I should put more stuff like that. I just love it. I don't know why. I feel like the glove over my head is color. This is colorful behind me. I don't know. It's 3 times I'm talking about this way, but Coach is crazy. Would you have Zegras or Knight? Oh. I will go with Zegras because you still have Zegras would play 20 minutes per game. Knight would be maybe 50 games. So for me, I will start with him. Thank you, and our tap. Very kind from you. Always great. Nice. You always great with us. I think so, by the monkey. I think Gator is not here right now. I saw Gator. I don't know. I told him hi tonight, by the way. I apologize. I did not say hi to Gators. But he's nervous about the team did not perform, don't make the playoff. I don't see that collapse. I don't see Florida collapse at all. I mean, to start a team, I start with Zegras. The kid have too much talent. If you can get a center like this, because a goaltender, I don't see Spencer Knight to be the best of the best, right? But it would be great. But I feel like a long term, Zegras will be more help your team. Oh yeah, with Coach Q bring experience, he been there, he know what he takes, everything like that. That will help him for both the young age and the old age player, the veteran and the youngest for sure. I agree with you in our tap. They lost and they played well last season. They dominate a lot of games. The offensive is unbelievable. And now you have to add full-time Bennett. You have to add Reinhardt full-time. Now you have maybe Aaron Ekblad all year long. And you don't have Yandel. And McKenzie is better. Forsling is better. Spencer Knight in the net. That team is solid. Yeah. Oh yeah, the power play is right there. It's pretty solid about that one over there for sure. It was not bad. They struggled a bit, but Barkov played there. Veterano was a good challenge for them last season as a PK. And then they have the defensemen over there. They can handle the PK now over there. So Ekblad and PK. You have Reinhardt over there. You can also put Sam Bennett over there. But a coach like to have their different PK players. They don't want to have the same player play on power play and PK. So you have to go to the bottom 6 over there. Atcheri could be a great PK player for them. They will need him on face-off, everything like that. Veterano, the speed. Those guys don't play on power play. That help. That's why when you find a team, you try to split the role of each one of them, and they get the couple of seconds there, a couple of minutes over there. And that's add the performance, and that keep them fresh. Because it's not good to be on the bench for 6-7 minutes. You don't play because you have power play with PK. Not often. Guy Boucher was a coach like this. Guy Boucher changed a lot his line many times. And I think that kept the player fresh. And a coach had the feeling after one period, the kid does not have it. And sometimes it's good to go there. Excuse me. But the key behind this, by the monkey, is that Barkov can play with Huberdeau at any time. Not right now. I think we did not see the really Primo and Laval doing well. Now Primo have to carry on this, and the Montreal. They have a good goaltender over there. And I don't think so that will add a lot on the market. I think I will give him 1 or 2 years. He's still young. Look, those players, goaltender, where it's not Carey Price, it's not Spencer Knight, it's not Carter Hart, it's not Eli Buck, it's not Wazewski. I'm talking about a Max Strom. I'm talking about the great goaltender, but not at the young age right away. They develop more at 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. The Mackenzie Blackwood, right? So I think we have to wait more for Caden Primo before we give up on him. And we don't have anybody else in the line behind him. So for me, I will be patient, wait, and see what happens. We have too many players we can trade if it's someone looking, but I will not give Primo right now. Carey Price will be there for a couple of years. I understand Jake Allen there, but the stock market Primo is not big enough to make a splash right now with him. You know what I mean? Like a Spencer Knight or something like that. Excuse me. I think a Venetro and the package deal, they will request a Denisenko. They will request not Lundell, it's too high, not Tippett, but a Manson. If they go 1-1, possible Manson against Tippett, but further losing on that one over there. So Manson, you try to go with, they were looking for a solid prospect, a young age, and maybe a draft pick. Because you get a good defenseman already established in the NHL. He's what, 27 now? 28? Maybe not. Maybe 25. Oh, he's already 29. Ouch. Oh, that's get him 30 years old at UFA. You sign him for about $5.5 million for 4 years. I know, and I'm one asking him, and that's a guy that potentially trade at the deadline. So they got Savard for a first-round pick. So a first-round pick and another load. You cannot give Denisenko or Kotkaniemi for Manson a first-round pick. You have to go lower every time like that. A Veterano with a second-round pick is something, but is the guy we have to wait until the trade deadline. Those kind of players, we talk about this right now, Florida have to figure out at the trade deadline. And then they have to get for something if they need something. At 4.1, they will not keep the money back. At least at the trade deadline, it could happen, but otherwise, it would not. NHL in the house. I'm doing great, NHL. Reggie, t'as en train de manger son repas de sushi. J'espère qu'ils sont bons. Avec une coupe de vin. How you doing, NHL? Get the picks. No, don't worry about that one over there. Never happened because of you. It's all good, buddy. Thank you again, Inordap. Have a good night, buddy. Awesome, Initial. Awesome, Régent. It's a... Right now, it's not too bad. I think that's just going to give a lot to Chicago Blackhawks, guys. I think he's going to have a great year over there. But year number 5, 6, 7, 8, oof, could be ouch. No, it's not good. It's not too much for Dvorak. I'm not sure if they will like to get a third-round pick. Maybe they will request a rookie defenseman or something like that in return, and the first-round pick over there for Dvorak. I think they would like to get at least one pick, the first-round pick for sure. You cannot give 3 players in return for Dvorak, at least if you're a solid player, you cannot do that. I wouldn't be surprised if Chunkran get it. Well, le problème, Régent, c'est à cause que le contrat à 6,1 millions de dollars, c'est très mauvais, c'est pas bon. Well, Kessel is not RFA, Bonamonkey. The choice is going to be between Tkachuk and Monahan, or maybe Langholm, but I think Tkachuk is going to get it. They're not going to give a captain to someone going to be traded, and I think Kudrow is the next one going to leave the building over there, or Monahan, a little bit later, but I think Tkachuk, he get that one. It's going to be a $7.58 million. He's 28, turned 29, I believe. Or he's 29, turned 30, something like that, right? He's 7.5, I believe, at that moment. For me, Goudreau is 28, 6.7, right? Produced almost 1 point per game. So you get about 7.5. You sign him for 7 years. So I just feel they will trade him. And I believe they can trade him to Flowers. Again, a solid pick and Kotkaniemi in return. That would be my belief about that one over there. Pas vraiment, Régent. L'avenir, c'est plutôt Suzuki puis Caulfield. Kotkaniemi, c'est un morceau important, mais tu peux pas. Parce que si tu donnes 6,1 à lui, il faut que tu donnes quasiment 9 millions à Suzuki. Ça devient plus balancé là, dans les contrats. C'est pas correct. Kotkaniemi, sur les 12 joueurs d'avant, il est peut-être numéro 7 ou 8. Là, il devient le deuxième joueur le mieux payé. Donc, c'est pas correct. It's impossible. It's impossible the Hurricanes try to trade for him. Bien sûr, Régent. Because right now it's number and turn. He came in NHL very late, Tim Thomas. Came after almost like 30 years old. So he win, but not like en plein ça, Régent. So NHL, I'm telling you now, they not try to trade for him. He only did this to put the Montreal Canadiens, Marc Bergevin, in bad situation. That was their goal. So, in return, Marc Bergevin said, you know what? Keep it, Kotkaniemi. Give me your first round and my third round. And now, good luck for your salary cap now. And good luck to have a fourth center at $6 million. Oh yeah, I don't see he did not do well. I accept that. But the longevity of the Hall of Fame, it's like a 14, 15 years in NHL. Everything like that. It could maybe make it. I just said the reason why is the longevity. He came late in the league. I don't think so. What happening? I'll be honest with you. I would be surprised they was looking to trade for him. The way they did that, the way they managed this offer sheet. Hot take. Welcome back, buddy. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't see this. If they really want him, really think about this, NHL. If they really want him, they're looking for a trade for him every time that. Explain to me why they would give him only 1 year at $6.1 million. Why not to give him $6.1 million for 3-4 years? They want him. The purpose of this, yes, by the monkey. The only purpose behind that is try to put the Montreal Canadiens between the cable and the cable because of the salary cap problem. He's going to be a great hockey player, not like his brother, but he has potential to be a top 9 forward in NHL for sure. He has a lot of upside down. He is maybe a little bit underrated, but he has definitely an NHL player. They count on him to be a part of the lineup. And I don't think so Carolina want to trade for him. I don't think so they want to trade Ren Suzuki. The problem, Carolina, what they want Kotkaniemi at the end of the day, when you have Trocheck, Ao, and also Star. If they want to trade, think about this. They want to trade Kotkaniemi. Why not to ask Montreal? Don't ask him Vincent Trocheck and return in Ren Suzuki. So, Zed Jarvis? That'll be a long shot. I would take Rand before that, but who knows, right? Zed Jarvis is a good hockey player. Was 13 overall pick, I believe. Price for Zibanejad, new contract. Oof. $8 million. $8.5. I don't see him at 9.5. I don't see him the same, close to Brendan Point, close to Barkov, but not like them. But he proved it. But if Ren Ohenson and Matt Duchene are $8 million, he should have 8.59 worst case. Not this year, the following year. He have to perform one more year. Fox to be consistency. And then you're going to get the kind of money over there. But the problem, you have Trouba $8 million. So he's still 23, he'll be 24. They maybe have a bridge contract 2 years at $7 million, $6 million. Or they get him for $8 million. But, geez. C'est un normal processus, Régent. Normalement, ils s'entendent quasiment au début du camp d'entraînement. Je crois que l'entente n'était pas là entre les deux. Kotkaniemi ne pouvait pas aller en salary arbitration cette année. Donc, ses pouvoirs de négociation étaient limités. Mais l'entente n'était pas là parce que Kotkaniemi demandait peut-être 3,5. Montréal était prêt à lui donner 2,2, 2,5. Finalement, il y a eu un cadeau du ciel des Carolines à 6,1. I told you Kotkaniemi will leave. Yeah, that's okay with me if he's leaving that way. He don't deserve $6.1 million. I'm just laughing at this because that's like Max Domi at $9 million. That's the same thing right now. Are you going to give Max Domi $9 million? You know, that's what he did to Kotkaniemi. $6.1 million. Who is the middle chance to make the playoff in the West King or the Kraken? The Kings. But I don't think both will do. Tavares, what is contract? I don't think so. I think if you pay him $9 million, that's worth it. Who goes higher in the redraft, Tavares or Edmund? Oof. That's a good question, honestly. John Tavares, he have a great career, guys. We don't give him enough credit. He had 90 points, and he was great by himself with Islanders. Ronnie said never. I don't know, never 6.1. They have a great defenseman in NHL. The top four over there is pretty good. At least three of them. They are strong. It's just I did not like what Ron Francis did not do much move to get better. So you have a lot of P's to keep. No, he did not deserve $6.1 million, Ronnie. If I'm Mike Bergeron right now, let him go. And let Carolina enjoy his $6.1 million. You're welcome, Régent. No. Not as a full-time. Patrick Laney. You have usually a 40 guy can score. He can score any 40 goals. Dubois, he barely make over 20 two time or one time only. Welcome back, Ronnie. Don't forget to click on the likes. I'm not sure Dubois would be in Montreal. No, Johnny, about this still. Have a good night, NHL. Well, I think they don't get more money in the bank because honestly, you lose a player like Kotkaniemi and they have to pay him only $2.5 million. I think what you get, Ronnie, in return, you get 2 picks over there that give you material to trade for someone else. That's the only thing I see that over there for that one over there. So it will be interesting how it would be the next move for Marc Bergevin. That's everybody's waiting about that. Not a problem in the NHL. Thanks to stop by. Thanks for everything. Saint Barkov won the Selke. I think that UB Sheffley is on the most underrated forward. While Sid Markov is not still underrated because he's not recognized around the league. But I think you're absolutely right about that one there. Sheffley is great. But yeah, a lot of players also. Huberdeau is getting there, Huberdeau. He's getting better and better par les people. Alors, bien sûr, c'est un bon jeune, mais il n'y a pas de... Il lui manque encore beaucoup d'attributs pour être à 6,1 millions de dollars. S'il y aurait un contrat de 2,5 millions, il fit bien. Il faut qu'il démontre plus ce qu'il vaut. Puis il n'est pas capable de le faire encore dans la saison. Il y a juste 5 buts dans l'année l'an passé. C'est pas assez pour le calibre de jeu qu'il est. C'est pour ça que les Canadiens ne veulent pas le payer comme ça. One more like to 30. Let's go. I have 30 on my right, but maybe or 29 now. But yeah. Who goes higher in the draft, UB or Lestagag? I would take Huberdeau before Lestagag. Tonight we got 3 just like NHL. Maybe the Hurricanes see something we did not see on Kotkaniemi. I don't know, but at 6.1, I think they just want to blast Montreal. Because if you look their lineup, where do you put Kotkaniemi? Third line as a winger. 4 line at $6 million. Who is the worst all-time on the original 6? Well, they tried to put him winger, but he was not great over there as a winger. He's playing all his life more like a center. C'est Carolina Régent. Ce qui est arrivé, Régent, c'est qu'il y a 3 ans, Montréal ont offert un contrat à un joueur de la Caroline. Puis ça l'a vraiment frustré la Caroline. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'il a fait de faire aujourd'hui? C'est la même chose. C'est frustrer l'équipe de Montréal, les mettre dans le pétrin à cause de cet argent-là, ils ne peuvent pas lui donner. Puis ça complique les choses pour Montréal. Ils perdent un bon joueur. Puis, c'est comme une revanche que Caroline fait présentement à Montréal. Coach, are you going to the Panthers training camp? I will stop by for sure. No, Ronnie. That's purely as the jerks. C'est une connerie avec une cochonnerie, avec une niaiserie. C'est la meilleure chose que je peux te dire en français. At 24 to 27% top 5 in NHL. Power play. Ça a sorti de vite, ça a sorti comme ça. Régent. Who is the power play? It's Ekblad, Barkov, Huberdeau, Orvis, Bennett. I hope I did not put too many players. And they will play there for about 90 seconds. Sorry, Renard. Sorry, I said Bennett, right? It's Renard. I apologize. Then the second one, you go Venetro, Lendl. No, Renard, first line. The second power play is Bennett with McKenzie at the top, Bennett over there, Venetro on the left, Tippett, that's 4, Duclair, that's 5, and then you can add Lundell if he plays or something like that. Yes. Yep. You know, Ronnie is like, I'm not happy he lived because I think he have potential. But for me, he accept the 6.1. And he accept to be this contract at 1 year. So his heart or his feeling are not for the Montreal Canadiens team. He prefer the money at stake for the Montreal Canadiens. You can tell me, oh, that's a business. But that's a business. Just go where you think. Et c'est à cause, Régent, ils n'ont pas d'argent. C'est que tu vas débalancer les contrats qu'ils ont. Imagine-toi, là, Toffoli est à côté de lui. Il a compté 28 buts. Puis lui, il en a compté 5, mais lui, il a 6,1 millions de dollars. Kotkaniemi à 5 buts. Toffoli, il se dit, une minute, j'ai 4 millions, puis j'en ai compté 28. Il y a un problème. Anderson, il en a compté 17. Il y a 5 millions. Hoffman, il en a compté 28 l'an passé dans la Ligue nationale. Il y a 4 millions. Suzuki, il a fait 60 points dans la Ligue nationale. Il y a un contrat de 3 millions. Là, je peux continuer comme ça, là. Donc, ça paraît mal. I don't like the culture of the Canes. It's borderline, to be honest with you, but the monkey, how we call it that way. Yes, Ronnie. Not a problem, Raven. You're welcome anytime. The problem, Ronnie, is like he improved, but not good enough yet. I will explain to you yet to become what he's supposed to be. Can he become at 23? Possible. And I wish the best for him. But today and next year, he don't deserve 6.1. And he should come back to Marc Bergevin and said, how much I can get this year? 2.5? I will prove it to you. I'm a great hockey player. I will prove it to you. I deserve $4 million. But everybody in the NHL, it's like the same contract with Jeff Skinner, $9 million. He scored 6 goals per year. C'est ça qu'ils appellent ça un offer sheet. But again, ils ont fait ça, Régent, à cause de Payback to the Montreal, à cause que Marc Bergevin a fait la même chose, mais dans un autre contexte, que le joueur est bon, qu'il méritait l'argent. Puis quand il a fait ça, Caroline, ils l'ont accoté. Puis maintenant, le joueur, c'est un joueur cheap. Parce que le contrat est valide, puis il est payé pour qu'est-ce qu'il produit. Mais là, ils ont fait ça à un joueur qui ne mérite même pas 6 millions, il mérite 2 millions. Donc, Carolina, leur intention, c'était juste pour les faire mal à Montréal. Ravens, Chicago Blackhawks. The best. That'll be very hard, Butter Monkey. If I'm right, I believe Manson is a right D, right? Not a problem, Ranger. Anytime. Manson, is it right? Come on, coach. Should know that. He's right. He's right, D. So Boston don't need a RD. Boston have McEnvoy and the big guy, Cavo, whatever it's called, CA, whatever, last two names. They need more Boston LD. So Manson is RD, and they are full at the RD. So that would not helping them. Yes, for sure. Kevin Miller retire, yes. Yeah, they lose Jeremy Lauzon also. Yeah, if you talk about Clifton, yes. But Manson, the problem is like you cannot get, he's a top 4. And you already have those kind of defensemen over there. So what happening with this is, I tell you right now. So they have McEnvoy, Carlo, right? And the left side, you have Mike Riley. On the left side, they're going to bring Clifton back and forth. Forward is a LD, and Krutchik is a LD. So the defenseman is pretty solid, and most of them win $3 million, $4 million. So for me, Manson does not help them. They're already what they have and what they have. So to get Manson does not change the Boston Bruins. Oui. En plein ça. C'est certain qu'en poker, s'ils appellent ça, je t'en ai passé une petite vite. Avec Kotkaniemi or without him, Montreal won't be in the playoff. Are better off with a first-round pick. I still believe they have a chance to make the wild card, right? And I would be wrong or to be bad to say I hope they can make it. Because it's fun to go to playoff with your team over there. The reality is they have only a chance to make the wild card, with or without him. So, but don't expect more. The Raven, I think Boston's going to be another team like on the wild card. They're going to fight against Montreal, Ottawa, and then you have Toronto, Florida, Tampa. But Boston find a way to make the playoff. Look, they are always in the playoff. The only piece Raven they miss is the second center. The second line they lose David Krejcik, and they don't have anybody there. So that would be a problem. The second thing you wish is they cannot afford to lose Pastrnak, Bergeron, or Marchand. They have Taylor Hall, Greg Smith, second line, but they don't have a second center. Now, yeah, Charlie Coy, Nick Foligno, right? Eric Ola, Jake DeBrusk, but that would be good. You have a second center. Who does better? Toronto, Boston, Toronto. They have Bergie, Ola, Coy. Yeah, but they don't have a good second center. But Ola produced 30 points. Coy produced 30 points. You need a second center produce more at 40, 50 points like Krejcik. Not really about the monkey. I would be disagree with you about that one over there. But the monkey, absolutely right. But Boston, guys, Boston, their depth is pretty good. All right? I will tell you why. When I talk about the bottom six, they have Nick Foligno, Jake DeBrusk, Eric Ola, Thomas Nosek, Chris Warner, Trent Frederic, Curtis Lazar, and Coleman over there. And I'm not talking about any rookies they can get. Can Lazar make the team? I don't know. Stunica can make him make the team also. Luka could, but I'm not sure. So for me, that's what they have right now. So I'm not sure, Monkey, you're right about that. At least you want to talk about something else. Boom, boom. Jean Béliveau, Rocket. Pretty good line. Yes. Boston have a good winger. Yes. Come playoff time, Boston would be a slower team in the playoff. I don't know. Be honest with you, I think they are pretty solid speed over there. McEnroy is speed. Kelchik is speed. Riley is speed. Taylor Hall is speed. Marchand is speed. Pastrnak is speed. Greg Smith, good speed. At the bottom after that, maybe. But that would be hard next season, to be honest with you, go to the second, third round, right? But who knows? And again, the fragility or the team is fragile right now is the depth, like Bottom Monkey said, if they lose a top players, but they have depth on the bottom six. But I'm not sure they can go deep this year. The goaltender is solid. The defenseman is good. But again, they have to be sure Pastrnak, Bergeron, Marchand produce. They have no chance. They cannot, at least DeBrusk become what DeBrusk was before that. We'll see what Taylor Hall is going to do over there too. The hope is good over there. I'm not sure to be honest with you because the matchup because every team is different in NHL. So I don't see a good matchup to be honest with you. I don't see how the first round. I think you have to be a wild card on the Metropolitan Division. Depuis que je suis écoute, quand mes clients ont mes relations, je passe pour un expert. Ben, je suis bien content, je peux t'aider. Ça fait plaisir, merci de nous écouter en passant. Good night, mon Ronnie. Ça a passé vite à soir, j'espère que tu vas revenir. Merci encore une fois, j'espère de cliquer sur like. Puis on se reparle demain. On revient demain soir, mon Ronnie. All without Kotkaniemi will hurt his production. I don't know. I'm not badly, maybe, but not bad. Still believe that Buffalo look at all stat first half when he was with Saber second. Yeah. He played well the second half of the season last year. He played well. But again, like earlier, someone said, yeah, I think Bunny Monkey, you told me that. Jack Eichel is not great as a personalities and locker room, everything like that. But look what happened to Taylor Hall when he went to Boston. The culture, the brand, the logo, the history of the Boston Bruins pull Taylor Hall better, bigger, stronger, with confidence, with belief, and that's what you need to do. This, because the logo in front of your jersey, that's what is a real Bruins. And that changed everything. So when Jack Eichel go to the team, they have that kind of tradition, the culture, they build this for years after years. Tell you right now, Jack Eichel with Montreal, Chicago, Boston, those tradition old team with culture, with a number on the top of the ceiling, with the inside the locker room, you feel it, you smell it. Every time like that, they make you better. They motivate you better. You have 22,000 people in the building. They scream to you. That's what makes a better players that way. Opportunities and play with Huberdeau. Yes, Riven. Exactly. He's a machine at point. He has almost 1 point per game. Equal. But the drama around him for last 2 years follow him right now. Put him in Montreal and tell him, let him alone. Let him alone. Let him alone. And you don't have to step up and talking with the reporter every day because he's not a captain. He don't have to be right now. So he's behind the scenes so he can leave home right away. Tell you right now, Eichel with Montreal, it's 85 point minimum. Completely different. Completely different. You cannot compare the same. You cannot compare Eichel like Domi. A Raven, I would be worried, and scared to put Jack Eichel with Darryl Sutter as the coach. Old school. That's not what you need, Eichel, right now. But again, it's because you compare Eichel with Buffalo, what's happening inside that. You compare with one of the worst team in NHL with culture. The best thing about Coach Q is flexibility to changing, to master his craft to become better and changing with the evolution of the hockey at the same time. Joel Canville is not the same coach today he was 2010 when he won the Stanley Cup. He's adapt himself with the new generation. He adapt himself to understand the young kids show up at the NHL. That's why what's scary about Mike Babcock, and that's what happening with Darryl Sutter. I'm worried about Calgary Flames, guys, because of this. The Star have a great jersey. Yep. Check the success of DJ Smith in Ottawa. Dominic Charm is a great communicator. But they are the young, DJ Smith is only 38, 40 maybe, right? But that's what they are. So the ghost coaches like this need to adapt with a fun personality as the players do. I will tell you the answer about the monkey. The only way is depend of Jimmy Benn and Alexander Radulov. Radulov is 36 years old. Ben is turning his age at 32 right now, I believe. It will be interesting how he's going to respond now about that. But they don't have a bad team over there. Should make the playoff. But I don't know what kind of year they're going to get Radulov, Pavelski, and Jimmy Benn. I'm not worried about Tyler Seguin. Pavelski is getting older. So those three players mentioned, Radulov, Ben, and Pavelski, depends on them. Yes, Raven. Not too bad. McKenzie is still there. They sent McFarland now. Andrew Brunette. After that, I always love Rob. Their stuff is pretty good. I thought McKenzie, when I talked to him 2 years ago, he said, I don't like it. And then he finally to stay around, and now he's doing well over there. Tumo Rutu is a new one over there also. You have a lot of personal people in the staff over there now. That's what it is now, the NHL, right? They create a lot of more people. They signed Chris Kelly, but is it not Kelly's going to American Hockey League, and they got Adam McQueen part of the team now also. Joey Rametta, wait a minute, buddy. We talked about you last week. We talk about Joey Ramata. Guys, I know we have not many people. Joey don't go nowhere. Long time ago, when we did the show the morning at 11 o'clock, Anthony Manzano, Mike Zellers, that Joey Ramata become the number 3. Joey Ramata is a big fan of the New York Rangers, came at the beginning of this history of the Hockey Nation Live show. And the reason I'm talking, Joey, is because we celebrate our first anniversary a couple of days ago, August 25th. And I said, we have a guy, I did not remember your last name. I remember only Joey. I said, I have a guy love the Rangers. His name is Joey. And we don't see him anymore in the morning and barely the night. And now you show up. It's so funny. I agree with you about that one over there, Joey, about the Twitter. What is your favorite line all the time? So many line in NHL. I know, Joey, it's you. I recognize Joey. Don't forget to click on the likes. Glad to see you back. Hiko Fag in the house. How you doing, Joey, by the way? You have a good summer? If you are a Ranger fans, you should be happy right now because the Rangers are going to have a good team for the next couple of years. They're excited. They are really excited to, they are really a team to bring excitement inside the building. Their speed, their offensive is there. It's a good team to watch. I don't think so. It will happen again this year by the Monkey. Chris Drury did a pretty good job so far. Do you normally do live stream game with your fans? Do you normally do live stream game with your fans? Yeah, like I do live stream almost every night. You are a big fan of the Tampa Bay Lightnings during the playoff. We enjoy to see you, buddy. You know, Anders Lee is going to be back, right? So that would be the first thing. Then I think they would give a lot of chance to Wallstrom. And worst case, Palmieri, when they're going to sign him, I think they will fix the problem over there. Yeah, same thing for me, buddy. It's 12 o'clock here. I agree with you, Joey, about that. I don't think so too, Eagle. You're welcome anytime to join us all the time. I agree with you, Eagle. I don't see them to make the playoff or barely make it, but I don't see this right now. The style of Paris Trust, it's like the Boston. They find a way to go through those situations. When you have a good defenseman, you have a good goaltender, you don't win. They don't have a team to win 5 goals per game, but they find a way to win 2-1, 3-2. That's what Barry Trotz does for year after years. At the end of the day, I never liked Jordan Eberle. Never been the kind of player for as great for the draft you get. Is Montreal on total rebuild mode, or are they still going to fight for the playoff? They are going to still fight for the playoff. They cannot be in remote, rebuild mode. You have Petrie, Chariot, Edmondson, Savard, Perrault, Armia. You have, Toffoli, Anderson over there. Of course, they lost Dano and Tatar, where Tatar is not bad. You have Gallagher and Hoffman. Losing Kotkaniemi at some point hurt, but at $6.1 million, you don't want it. Would be interesting for sure about that, Joey. The bottom six is not strong, I believe, on that one over there. Ravens, the Devils have a good team. I don't see them make the playoff. The Metropolitan is too hard for them right now. Honestly, thought it will guys won 5 games. I think there will be a game 7 last year. I think, like I mentioned earlier, I think this series should be in 6. I think Montreal played very well game number 2nd, 3rd, 4, and 5. But the great champion team usually find a way to win, and that's what they did. They are strong enough, Joey, to make the playoff, I believe, the Carolina, but not the way I think the people thinking. It will be interesting to see how they're going to go through without Doug Hamilton and the situation with them. But overlook is a better word, Raven. Yeah. Good night, Brother Monkey. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Me too, Eagle. I'm interested. I look at Jack. I think Jack is going to have a great year with them for sure. I see the Rangers wild card, be honest with you. And I see like completely a downgrade for Pittsburgh. I see Islanders are not better. Washington getting older. Flower, what kind of flower we're going to get, we don't know. So Rangers have a lot of chance to make the playoff, at least for the wild card. Same, I'm not a Devils fan at all, but I think they have a part people are excited about Hamilton use. Yes. For the New Orleans, for the Canadiens, that's about to hit them. Hockey will is on your top. Yes. Absolutely right about that. We pray, we wish the best luck for everybody. My son live in New Orleans. Now he left for to be somewhere else. And I've been to 4 and 5 many times. And it's not fun. Tomorrow, 2005, August 29th, I got hit by Katrina. That's another story one day. Rangers are going to be in the playoff, I feel. I agree with you, Eagle. Avalanche are the cup favorite. If they are not win this year, I wonder what happened with them. I still believe they missed a couple of pieces with it. I don't know how they can put them favorite with losing a couple of players like they did. But, geez, I don't know. Charlie, I remember Charlie too. George, who's going to play goalie for the Ducks? John Gibson. Joey, I don't see Pittsburgh first. They are not strong enough anymore. No, he was hurt last year. He's still young. He's only 30 years. He's 28 years old, buddy.
How many Hall of Fame does your team? They have about 800 skater, 900 skater. I would say about 60 to 80. Yeah, absolutely right, Raven. Joey, back to you. Like I don't see Pittsburgh number one there. I think Washington would be in front of them. The problem, Joey, about the Pittsburgh is the defensive, and I'm still not sure. The only way is Gunzel, like you said, but also Jarry in the net. I think the goaltender was not strong last year, and the defense is getting worse and worse. They don't have a lot of great defensemen over there, Dumoulin and Letank. And then after that, you have to go with Madison with a Marino. That's not great. And then you have also Patterson over there. With now they have the Joseph or whatever his last name. It's not strong for me to be the top at the top. I'm not sure Islanders are top 5 over there. You're pretty good what you said to this. I don't know Islanders is there. I don't know what Carolina can be there. Yes, Eagle. I agree with you, Joe. I don't say they want to make it, or I just feel they're not going to be the same team like they did last year. That'll be the best statement I can tell you. I feel like it'll be hard for them to reproduce the same quality year they did. And traveling is different. 82 game is different. Not play the same team is different. I just feel I don't see it yet. They make the playoff, I'm pretty sure. But I would not be surprised they make it only like a wild card. It would be interesting to see the Flyers too. Flyers have a lot of chance over there. Devils can make a couple of troublemaker over there. Not good enough to make the playoff. I don't know if they can, because the division is very good, but they can surprise. If Carter Hart go like he's supposed to be, the defensive is better. The offensive depends on Kotkaniemi, but it would be interesting what they look like for sure. But it would be barely make the wild card. If they make it, they would kick out maybe the Rangers, but I don't see this. Yeah, Eagle. Yeah, I agree with you also this. And they did pretty good. I think the first game 5-1. After that, like I said, Kisharov, game number 2 to 5, you have only 2 points. Brendan Point did not score. The power play was only 1 goal. Montreal played well, second, third, 4, and 5. They cannot finish it. They cannot sell one game number 2, number 3, or number 5. Rangers. Tampa Bay, Vegas, Tampa Bay, sorry. Colorado, Vegas,
And I think I have to go with Tampa because the reason I said Toronto, yeah, you're absolutely right. I would take Toronto before Tampa. Yeah. I think Blackhawks will be fun to watch. I believe they will make the playoff. Hopefully, Jonathan Toews will be back. But it's a good team. They will have more points. They're going to look in good next season. I think, suppose they beat Montreal, I think they will not go nowhere after that. I think they was not good enough to go all the way. Plus, they missed John Tavares. That team missed a couple of puzzles on the piece he missed a couple of pieces of the puzzle to have a perfect puzzle over there for sure. They still are the rebuilding Ravens, the Kings. They still have like 2 years before they become better. But again, they add Dano, Edler, but not good enough to stopping up. They bring Dano and Edler for veterans to bring more the leadership around the youngest over there, the young they have. But it's a team I don't see quick anymore. Peterson will be the UFA after that. Kopitar, can he repeat? I don't see Troudy play the same level he played last year. It was an amazing, great year. Dawson Brown's 36 years old. Yeah, the team will be, don't see them in the playoff. Yeah, I think the Panthers is going to be all the way a really dangerous team. I think another team I think we don't talk is Winnipeg. The Winnipeg Jets, I believe they are underrated or a team nobody talk a lot. Right now, I think it will be Florida Panthers against the Winnipeg Jets, but I would change my mind. But I just want to give you an idea what I think. Yeah, Eagle. Yeah, me too, Raven. I think it's time for me to hit the bed. Also, it's like 3 overs, over 3 hour, 20 minutes of live stream. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Thanks, Eagle. Also, Raven. Joey, hopefully you're going to come back. I agree with you about that one, Joey, about Dano over there. Just the money not good enough. They need money at some point. Hopefully, Zibanejad will be better. Hopefully, Strome and hopefully Lafreniere will be better on face-off for sure. But, geez, I love the Rangers. I just love watching them. I love the Panthers watching them. I love Colorado. I love the team when they play with excitement. I think Minnesota, while with Kaprizov was another one over there. But good night, everybody. It was a great night to see you, Joey. Please come back. Raven, Eagle, glad to talk with each one of you. An amazing, another one great evening of the Hockey Nation Live Show. But like we do at the end of each show, we want to remind you one more thing.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Have a great night, everybody.
You are awesome.
Salut, mon Régent. Je t'ai oublié, mon homme. J'espère que je t'ai aidé ce soir. Bonne nuit, mon ami.